Hola, mi gente, and welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, queries, statements, or otherwise, we have multiple ways to be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is @SKimpod. That is SKIMPOD. That's where I like to fight. For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. That's crunchy being spelled with a K. We're available via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, and a partridge in a pear tree. And of course the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show. And a band plays on here at SKiM, and to that end, we provide you a Podcast, a musical discussion podcast built on a hip-hop foundation, and you know what? It's dope. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, your host, the Internet's Tayrell713, and me? Well, damn it, I'm the real ODP.
She got moist, cause I got the platinum voice. Like syrup, Fidel throw me in the New York boroughs as they temp our perms. Plus I ride the ironworms uptown, across down from the boogie with no faking. Ghetto to my Merrill, then ease on back to Crooklyn. Hold it as my loots and my Timbs and army suits. Parlaying Will Markham steered, now brothers push they blow out. A slickin' nigga pig dig me picking my fucking fro out. Lipping up the 135s, the PJs, the ejects, these herbs, that's wood, that's word to green herb. Now the curbs, I play that like Primo Supreme Hustler, nappy hair, oil slick, loyal to kick dirty snare, Little Panther. Answers to the nom de plume butter. Nicer, precise rubber, slicer and cutter. In a freshly dipped state, I contemplate. Whose avenue be making the most bacon? My honey get the loot out, was shaking. We get the live dreaming being in the Central Air bus stop. Then I call bust out. What's up? Seems that the dream team is me, Mecca, the god, and Suleiman. If your beat is fatty and it's on, then it's gone. Hey. Easy, man. As slick as I can. Easy, man. So, what's good? Hello and welcome to Stays Crunchy and Milk episode 368. I'm joined by the man of 1,000 nicknames, the artist formerly known as Just Phil Rock, was the 216's own Tatum.
I'm here.
We're also joined by the man who's a daydream believer, but never a homecoming queen. It's Lunchbox.
Maybe never the homecoming queen, but goddamn right the dancing queen.
We also have the last of the Golden Coquis, the suburban Puerto Rican. It's the real ODP, my homeboy Gabe.
I am drinking right now.
I am drinking right now, but not drinking right now. In this case, I'm drinking a bit of lemon zinger to, get the chops right. But I do have some Krabby's ginger beer mixed with some Uncle Nearest, and we sipping. Because Gabe said he wanted to get his drink on. And I can't let him drink alone. That's weird.
Thank you. Makes me feel more accepted.
I probably would have had alcohol set up, but I got off work late and I was involved in some stuff before the show, so I was running behind.
Excuses.
I mean, I could easily walk the 5 feet to the liquor cabinet and grab a bottle and just start chugging if that'll make you happy.
I don't really need you to go chugging per se. Maybe just a little snifter of something.
I got some chuggable ones over there. I'm actually planning on moving the liquor cabinet. Liquor. Yeah, we'll call it the liquor station. I'm planning on moving it behind me, where my desk is at, and I'm just probably gonna throw this chair out because the chair is it's kind of broken anyway, and I stopped sitting in it ever since I got this computer desk, and it's not whenever I have people over, we don't really hang out in the living room anyway. We generally hang out in my basement where the sectional and all that's at. So the chair right now gets used by the 2 cats, and they can sit on literally any other surface in the house.
And they certainly
will, and they do.
They will definitely take advantage.
This just makes me gassy.
Well, you know how we do.
That was the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the ground running. I'm gonna give you a little bit of Ohio news and some other news, and then we'll just chat. It's lovely. It's a good time to be had by y'all. And I don't have anything too much of a downer. I think I just have some interesting takes on things. So I didn't bring anything too salty or sad this week. I just didn't want to. This is from the good people at Patch, which which again, as I told you, you probably have a patch in your neck of the woods. And let me open up that. Huh, look at that. Ohio lifts some restrictions on bars and restaurants. Social distancing and face coverings will still be required for employees and customers. This is by Chris Mosby, who's a patch staff writer. Columbus, Ohio. Ohio has lifted capacity restrictions on bars and restaurants throughout the states. In an order signed Wednesday, Interim Health Director Lance Himes lifted restrictions limiting restaurants and bars' capacity. The sacrifices and incredible efforts that Ohioans have undertaken make it possible to begin to lift the mandatory requirements and restrictions that were needed during the initial phase of the COVID-19 pandemic, the order said. The state's 10 p.m. alcohol curfew will remain in place, as will social distancing and face covering requirements. Customers will still be required to wear face coverings when moving around an establishment. Only when a customer is seated and dining can they remove their face mask. Open areas in the bars and restaurants, including those offering billiards, arcade game, dancing, etc., are allowed to reopen. Self-service stations are also allowed to reopen. Tables at restaurants should be limited to 10 or few people. Catering and banquet services should be limited to 300 persons. Is that a limit? Live entertainment will be permitted at all establishments. The state will recommend barriers be erected at queuing areas to prevent Ohioans from massing together. However, that is a requirement that is a recommendation and not a direct order.
Live entertainment? How are they going to sing with a mask on?
I mean, it's not like you can't sing with a mask on. And also, they could probably, maybe they could just use the Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying? You just need the covering. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Keep that to you. That way, you just, you know what I'm saying, and have a mic underneath that bitch and go.
Or you could probably have like one of those Tyler Perry microphones that they put on like on their forehead.
I don't think I'll be engaging in any self-service station ever again in my life until this is taken care of. Actually, you know what? In general, I think I'm over that. That is one of those things that I probably should have. I'm like, why are we letting folks just touch shit? That don't seem right.
What's going to be the difference? Because I'm driving by bars and everything, and I see people on the patio all packed together, a mask down, talking to each other, spitting in each other's faces.
Apparently now you can do it with more people.
All right. So they've added a number of people.
Mind you, the science on this is pretty substantiated at this point that being indoors amongst people really seems to be the cause of COVID at this point. It's not touching stuff, even though I guess I'm saying I don't want to be touching stuff, but that's more just in general. I don't want to be touching stuff after filthy-handed people touch it. You know what I'm saying? So that's more in that vibe. Like, ew, you got stinky hands. I ain't down with that.
Yeah, like they had this, breaking news that pine soil kills COVID, but at the same time, like, it doesn't stay on surfaces so long. That's the perplexing thing about it. It stays in the air and out.
Yeah. Oh man,
it's a weird ass. It's like. I don't know. I mean, this planet has.
It's the perfect storm of death.
It really is. It is interesting in that regard because things on this world evolve, and that this motherfucker has evolved to be, like you said, just like a real pointed ass killer. Like, I can get your ass.
I mean, I feel like we've proven the world right. It's like yeah, that's all I'll say about that. I'm not gonna get into too much.
This one I felt, you know what? Here, all I got is the headline, and the headline made me feel good. We're gonna dig into it, and we'll see if it keeps me feeling good. Most Ohioans support Black Lives Matter, feel whites are privileged but often misunderstood. Poll finds. This is from Cleveland.com, so the plain dealer. Corey Schaffer, not sure how you pronounce that. I'm going with Schaefer just in case. Cleveland.com writer. Cleveland, Ohio. More Ohioans support the Black Lives Matter movement and believe that the country's racial problems are not just rare and isolated incidents than do not, according to a newly released poll. The Baldwin-Wallace University Great Lakes poll also found that while an overall majority of Ohio voters agree that white people enjoy some advantages because of their skin color, they also believe that society does not fully understand rural white Americans' daily struggles. The poll released Thursday included 1,000 11, Ohioans who said they are registered and likely to vote. The polling took place between September 8th and September 22nd on a host of topics, including which candidate they plan to support in the November general election. The poll has a margin of error of 3.3%. Those who identified as Republican bucked the majority of their Buckeye colleagues in almost every category regarding race. Majorities of GOP voters who responded to the poll said they opposed Black Lives Matter movement, and rejected the notion that whites have certain advantages due to their skin color, the poll found. A sizable majority also believe that the country's racial problems are rare and isolated. While it may come as no surprise that Black Lives Matter polled well among Democratic voters, the movement pulled enough support from self-identified independent voters to garner more than 52% support, the poll found. Researchers at Baldwin-Wallace, Ohio Northern University, and Oakland University of Michigan also saw nearly identical results in polls of voters in 3 other Great Lakes states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Race and social justice remain some of the most prominent issues in the 2020 election between, the 2020 election. We don't really need to. Why did they run anyway? Who else is running? I mean, I'm sure there probably is, but still. As police killings of black men and women earlier in the year sparked a summer of sustained protests and calls for police reforms, some of those protests turned into violent clashes between police and protesters that have become political lightning rods. In all 4 states critical to the 2020 election, a majority of respondents said either strongly or somewhat supported the Black Lives Matter movement. They also said they believe racial issues aren't just isolated incidents and that being white affords people certain advantages. However, most acknowledges there is... We did that already. What the hell? Tom Sutton, a political science professor at B-Dub, Baldwin-Wallace, forgive me, just because we know it locally as B-Dub, don't mean our listeners do, and director of the Community Research Institute that conducts the Great Lakes poll, said the breakdown of the results showed that most Ohioans fall in the middle of social media arguments and far left and right wing portrayals. The respondents in Ohio see that there are issues both for people living in rural areas and black communities, Sutton said. Black Lives Matter has organized... What are we doing here? No. Baldwin-Wallace poll, I'm going to skip these parts that are just unnecessary. Baldwin-Wallace poll found the Peak Group pulled a slim majority support across the Great Lakes states into this month. About 52.6% Ohioans polled said they are either strongly or somewhat supported Black Lives Matter compared to 41.3% who strongly opposed the group. The group is slightly more favorable among women, 54.9% net approval, than men, 50.5% net approval. Broken down by party affiliation, more than 8 in 10 Democrats supported the group, while 70% of Republicans polled said they opposed it. A majority of Democratic voters, 56.5%, said they strongly supported Black Lives Matter. Another 26.3% said they supported the group somewhat. On the flip side, 52.4% of Republicans expressed strong opposition to the movement, with 17.3% somewhat opposed to it. Only 22.7% of Republicans expressed any support for the Black Lives Matter movement. The partisan gaps aren't necessarily surprising to Sutton given the political landscape over the previous decade. What interested him was the support that Black Lives Matter received from respondents in the middle who identify as moderate or as independent voters. Among those voters, 30.1% said they strongly supported Black Lives Matter, 24.5% said they somewhat support the group, for a net 54.6%. 22% says they strongly oppose the group, with 17.9% they somewhat oppose it. I think this 54% support indicates that there are people who say we need the police, but there are reforms that are needed. To the extent that Black Lives Matter indicates the need for that reform, I support them, Sutton said. There's some more to this, but I don't know. That made me feel better about my state that oftentimes Ant describes as the most northern southern state. And,
it is
that we ain't all bad. We ain't all so bad, and enough of us aren't bad to maybe go okay. It's some amongst us, and I feel like, and honestly at this point, I feel like the some amongst us are actually more just following their political lead. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we sat and chopped it up, I feel like they could understand it a little better than than a poster calling them and just saying, "What do you think of Black Lives Matter?" You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like most likely, you getting the poll, you're gonna try to say something positive. I think that shit's still skewed.
Well, 3.3% wrong, so you can take it. You can add 3.3% one way or take it away the other way, and that's just how the math works in those situations, you know.
I'm talking about people fucking lying. I ain't talking about it being skewed.
That's why that's what a margin of error is. You know what I'm saying? Some people do lie, but some people lie because Jimmy was right there and heard her on the phone, so she didn't want to say she was okay with Black Lives Matter.
It doesn't have a lot of fate in Ohio.
I don't. So, when I go to the grocery store, like a little further out, and like nothing but Trump signs.
They're all over here too.
In your neck of the woods? Almost said your city.
Yeah, when I went over my buddies last week to watch the Browns game, I left I went to the main road over here, the east side of the Sam's Club, and there was about 10 Trump signs for every 2 Biden signs.
I got a mix. I think it's leaning towards Biden versus Trump. I had a dump Trump sign, so they were really aggressively against Trump.
There's two Trump signs over by me, and they stick out so much that I'm like, really? And then everything else.
You live in a liberal part of town.
It seems like
assuredly.
When you're around where I live at, it's mixed. Mostly Biden, but when you go more when it's rural, which I'm not far from that, it's all Trump. I see maybe a couple Biden signs, but when you get towards towards Mayfield and Beechwood and all that, it's mostly
when I got
Biden.
into Rocky River where my buddy lives, on his main road, it was all Trump signs and 1 or 2 Biden signs.
I need him to lose because the ego blow to him, losing to Obama's VP would be great.
Will be nothing. He'll just say we cheated.
So there's nothing to blow to his ego. There's no dent in this man's ego.
No, he will simply say, "Well, I was cheated," and that'll keep it. And that is what'll keep him fine.
I'm glad that you guys were talking about this because I actually wanted to bring up the whole signs in the front yard thing because from seeing those when I went to those 2 events, I just don't understand why people do it because you're not convincing anybody to vote your way. You're just telling everyone around you you're leaning. So it's almost like you're wanting to not have people, you're wanting to ruin relationships. If you don't want to talk to your neighbors, just slap that bitch in your front yard, and if they're on the other side, then you just got silence. I don't understand what you're gaining by doing
That's true.
it.
No one's undecided and driving around and going, I wonder which way am I going to vote? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, hey, there's a sign. Well, that's the way I'm going to go.
You get the sign for donating. That's all it is. It just means you put money on it.
Yeah, but why put it out there? What are you getting out of it,
I mean, I drove past. So there's over in another part of the city I live in, kind of over there by the grocery store. There is a house that is flying a full-on Trump Pence flag, and I mean, this is a big ass flag. So that's in my. That's
I just don't get people treating this shit like it's a gang war. Yeah, like
sports.
I mean, sports is a community thing, though. This is a divisive community thing.
It's Browns Pittsburgh. It truly is. That's what people. That's how people have it in their brains. I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes, I feel like they really are because, I say, what's
giant ass
flag for?
Too.
A yard sign. A yard sign is kind of old school, so we've been doing yard signs forever. But you need a full-on flag to say I fuck with these motherfuckers.
I see Trump flags. Some of them say "Keep America Great Again." No, sorry, not "Keep America." It says "Keep America Great" or it says "No More Bullshit."
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen that, but it says one house on Bishop, and this he has a Trump sign that's like a shit,
like a billboard.
It's at least It's at least like it's like at least 4 by 6.
I saw one Biden-Harris flag, but what it is I noticed it when I was at a stop sign. It's literally they have their door wrapped in it like people do at Christmas time. So it's like it's I know it's a flag. It has to be a flag unless they have door wrappings that I'm unaware of.
I will say though, at least these people, like, if their candidate doesn't win, at least it's not like the car bumper sticker where, like, 4 years later you're still driving around with Hillary bumper stickers on your shit or, you know, whatever. Like,
you still see a bunch of Bernie stickers on people's cars.
Well, they're gonna ride that out until that man dies.
There's a house down the road from me with a
2020 ain't
a
over.
Bernie sign in their yard for
8 years.
It feels like it. It truly does feel like it. So, yeah.
It's kind of like they treat the Bernie presidential stickers. So they're like, how you got to get a new sticker for your car every year, and you just slap the new Bernie sticker over the old one with the year on it.
I am not a fan of stickers on the whip. I don't.
Let me put this Bernie 2020 over the Bernie 2016.
You can't give me a magnet?
You know what I'm saying? Just like you can just peel that off.
Well, the thing with the magnets is like people from the other political parties steal them.
Yeah, they'll take them off. Like, there you go. Now you can't vote for him anymore. You don't support him. Like, how's that work? You took my sign, so I can't vote for him anymore. What's that?
Well, I mean,
like
people steal people steal the signs out of the front yard. You don't think they're gonna steal the magnet off your whip with the giant eagle?
I know, but what's the point? You're not taking my vote away. You're not going to make me, oh, well, my sign's gone. I got to vote for the other guy now. You've showed me.
That's my point on all of this.
Face masks could be giving people COVID-19 immunity, researchers suggest.
Wait, eating ass? Oh, wearing mask. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's my hypothesis.
Mask wearing
I'm very sorry.
Mask wearing might also be.
That's why the young people don't get it.
Mask wearing might also be reducing the severity of the virus and ensuring that a greater proportion of new infections are asymptomatic. Face masks may be inadvertently giving people COVID-19 immunity. This is from The Telegraph, written by Georgina Hayes. And making them get less sick from the virus, academics have suggested in one of the most respected medical journals in the world. The commentary published in the New England Journal of Medicine advances the unproven but promising theory that universal face mask wearing might be helping to reduce the severity of the virus and ensuring that a greater proportion of new infections are asymptomatic. If the hypothesis is borne out, the academics argue, then universal mask wearing could become a form of variolation inoculation that would generate immunity and thereby slow the spread of the virus in the United States and elsewhere as the world awaits a vaccine. It comes as increasing evidence suggests that the amount of virus someone is exposed to at the start of the infection, the infectious dose, may determine the severity of their illness. Indeed, a large study published in The Lancet last month found that the viral load at diagnosis was an independent predictor of the mortality in hospital patients. Wearing masks could therefore reduce the infectious dose that the wearer is exposed to and subsequently the impact of the disease as masks filter out some virus-containing droplets. If the theory bears out, researchers argue that population-wide mask wearing might ensure that a higher proportion of COVID-19 infections are asymptomatic. Better still, as data has emerged in recent weeks suggesting that there can be a strong immune response from even a mild or asymptomatic coronavirus infection, researchers say that any public health strategy that helps reduce the severity of the virus, such as mask wearing, should increase population-wide immunity as well. This is because even a low viral load can be enough to induce an immune response, which is effectively what a typical vaccine does. While the hypothesis needs to be backed up with more clinical study, experiments in hamsters have indicated connections between dose and disease. Earlier this year,
they put some droplets on the wheel.
Earlier this year, a team of researchers in China found that hamsters housed behind a barrier made of surgical plastic were less likely to get infected by the coronavirus, and those who did contract the virus became less sick than other animals without masks or to protect them. Some observations found in humans seem to support this as well. In a coronavirus outbreak on a closed Argentina closed Argentinian cruise ship, for example, where passengers were provided with surgical masks and staffed with N95 masks, the rate of asymptomatic infection was 81%. This is compared with 20% in earlier cruise ship outbreaks with universal masking, without universal masking. Still, Dr. Monica Gandhi, an infectious disease physician at the University of California, San Francisco, and one of the paper's authors, has stressed that the commentary has its limitations and should not be construed as anything other than a theory. To test the variolation hypothesis, we will need more studies comparing the strength and durability of SARS-CoV-2 specific T-cell immunity between people with asymptomatic infections and those with symptomatic infections, as well as a demonstration of the natural slowing of SARS-CoV-2 spread in areas with a high proportion of asymptomatic infections, she told the Sunday Telegraph. However, if it is true that the proportion of asymptomatic infections being increased by masking might increase the proportion of the population who achieved at least short-term immunity to the virus while we await a vaccine. Dr. Julian Tang, Honorary Associate Professor of Respiratory Sciences at the University of Leicester, has shared Dr. Gandhi's cautious optimism. The ideal of variolation, a term originally derived from smallpox pre-vaccine era, is quite feasible and may add to the protective physical effects of universal masking by low-level stimulation of the wearer's immune system, as it is exposed to low levels of the airborne SARS-CoV-2, which can induce an immune response without any overt infection and disease, she said. She added that after all the response to a typical vaccine where the recipient's immune systems are stimulated subclinically to produce protective immune responses to combat the infection if exposed at a future date. Of course, more formal studies are required to confirm this effect, and there are likely natural experiments going on around the world at this moment. So that is some solid theorizing by people who seem to know. Basically, what it means is we all wear masks. We might get some COVID, but it'll be less COVID because the mask kind of blocks it off, and a little bit of COVID is better than a lot of COVID if you're going to get sick, because it seems to make your body say, "Oh, hey, you got a little bit of sickness going on. Let me go fight that," and that's how we could possibly develop an immunity as we would have, you know what I'm saying? Because viruses work like that. If you've already been exposed, they kind of have shaken off the notion that people are getting reinfected. What it is people seem to have been infected all along, and this is saying that we could probably, maybe, if it all, plays out like it should, we get a little dose of COVID and keep us straight. So I hope that pans all out, you know what I'm saying? New England Journal of Medicine is a revered, publication. So them even bringing it up is like, okay, that's a big deal. This one was, it's not upsetting. It's just, really? It's from the good people at CNN. Mallory Hughes and Gregory Lemos are the credited writers of this. A Louisiana officer who claimed someone shot him actually shot himself, police say.
Damn.
Chatterbot.
The commitment to the scam.
A Louisiana police officer who claimed that he was shot while on duty was instead shot himself in the leg. Deputy Chief Daryl B. Basco of the Pineville Police Department Administrative Bureau told CNN. John Michael Goulart Jr., 25, was arrested Tuesday and charged with one count of criminal mischief and one count of malfeasance in office after falsely claiming he'd been shot, according to Basco. The investigation led to a determination that the officer shot himself, concealed and altered the facts, according to a statement from Basco. Around 11:50 p.m. Sunday night, Goulart, who was on duty, reported that he had been shot, according to Basco. He was transported to a local hospital where he was treated and released. The officer is currently on administrative leave. 2 rounds were fired, according to Basco. One hit Goulart in the leg and the other hit the door of his vehicle. Everything shows it was an accidental discharge, Basco said. However, he added, the accidental discharge incidents require a review by the chief of police and raise the possibility of disciplinary action. CNN was unable to reach Goulart on Wednesday and was unable to determine if he had legal representation. Goulart was booked at the Rapids Parish Detention Center, according to jail records. Bosco told CNN the charges Goulart faces are brought when an individual allegedly files a false police report. Goulart posted $10,500 bond less than an hour after he was booked and remains on administrative leave.
Huh.
How you accidentally lick off 2 shots? He licked off the one, and then he's like, "Fuck!" And then he licked off another one to be like, "Yeah, I got shot. They popped twice at my ass."
Like I said, the commitment to the scam. Wow, I'm impressed.
25 years old. 25 years old.
Can I be angry at him, or can I be impressed?
I wouldn't be
not
impressed.
impressed by it. Because who did he say shot him, and how did all that work out? You said they didn't even share that little piece of the pie. So.
I think he said it was Biggie. It was that East Coast, West Coast.
But he down south.
He got caught in the middle of it. It was C murder.
This last one is going to gross Gabriel out.
Oh, no.
Poop.
Police raid in Vietnam finds more than 300,000 used condoms being packed for resale.
Oh, yeah.
This story is from CBS, forgive me, but it's via the AP. Caitlin O'Kane is given credit as a writer. Police in Vietnam said they found 320,000 recycled used condoms. They were being repackaged as new, local media reported on Thursday, according to the AP. Market inspector...
Man, this is going to give like dude so many. It's like, nah, man, don't even try to get me to wear one of them condoms. You probably try to get me one of them recycled condoms. It's gonna be so many dude. It's gonna be like an uptick in pregnancy rates in the next couple months.
They
just turn them inside out.
Market inspectors in the Binh Duong province raided a factory near Ho Chi Minh City, where they discovered used condoms being repackaged to be sold at the market. So there's a market in Vietnam. These are never going to cross borders or anything like that. An inspector said the factory's 34-year-old owner, a woman, confessed they purchased the condoms from somewhere else. The state-owned Tuo Tre newspaper reported, according to the AP. After buying condoms from a man, they were washed and reshaped, then packaged in plastic bags, according to the newspaper. Video taken by Vietnam's state broadcaster VTV said, and obtained by Reuters news agency, shows sacks filled with condoms. It also shows tools apparently used to wash and reshape the condom in the factory. VTV said it's unclear how many used condoms were already resold, according to Reuters. A health official quoted by Tuo Tre newspaper said the condoms were an extreme health risk to users. The AP reported. When I first saw the story, I was like, ugh. Then I was like, well, I mean, did they wash them hoes? And I read the story, and yes, they had washed them.
They're clean.
So I'm like, well, I mean, they at least
they washed. I just got finished mopping this floor. You can eat that grape.
Oh man, but
I just kind of feel like, where do you get that many condoms from? Like, are they getting them from? Do they got a hookup? Is that a brothel near there or something? Or
bruh, 320,000
going through the garbage, going through the dumpster near the Bunny Ranch.
Is there a bin? That's only for condoms. Don't put nothing else in there, please.
Or they got like when you could turn in your gun and get Cleveland Indians tickets. Like, bring in your condoms. You get free WNBA tickets.
Are they hanging out in the sewer and catching them when they're flushed on the toilet?
Yeah, Master Splinter is just like got a handful of condoms. Just bring them back.
I don't know if that one made me chuckle.
Ugh.
Yes, that's the response. You don't wear condoms, boy. Shut the fuck up. You got 4 kids.
I have worn them in the past, you know. I just don't like them.
I feel bad once.
With them.
I hung out with a guy who had condoms once. You know, they were there.
I guess they just took it a step farther. If you don't mind wearing someone else's bowling shoes, you don't mind wearing someone else's condom. Just spray it out.
Yeah, I can just see it. I can see somebody now. Look, baby, look at this article. I was right. I told you it was a conspiracy.
Oh my god!
I told you that condo filled baggy.
Now let me hit it raw.
You motherfuckers. It's all good. 4-game sweep. Hell yeah. Got all them games back from Chicago. It's very exciting. But that was basically, T's little news beat that we've had rolling with the show. Like I said, nothing too serious, too whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of good news, a little bit of fun news, a little bit of like...
Put the condom on and you're like, oh, I can still feel him squirming.
Is it any medical procedures that, like, you wear a condom during or something like that?
I mean, if they put a catheter on dudes, it oftentimes kind of looks like a condom. It's a condom with a straw in that bitch, but it's there.
Condom with a straw in that bitch. There's the show title.
If only.
Oh my god! So, I mean, yeah, in that regard, you know what I'm saying?
It's like when you buy some clothes from the Goodwill, you feel that someone wore them before.
Chaffee had a personal complaint to you, Anthony. He's like, "What is that beeping noise?" And Anthony be talking. And I'm like, "It's either his smoke detector or it's his carbon monoxide detector." And
oh shit,
ain't nothing I can do about that.
It's something we could do about that. I just haven't been to the store to get new batteries, and I will.
Ain't nothing I can do about that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess if you need some like a 9-volt or some shit, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I went to the last time I went to the store. Them motherfuckers was $2.95 for one. I was like, I'll wait till I go to the dollar store.
A dollar store battery in your home's protection?
Man. I mean, I guess, but at the same time, that's a bit much for one battery.
Now that you mention it, I should probably buy a couple of those.
Yeah, I'm going to buy some. Like, I will go to Big Lots. I won't go to the dollar store. But I'm like...
By that, I meant carbon monoxide detectors.
I knew it. You didn't mean batteries. Everybody else is going to roll with it like, oh, batteries.
Oh, yeah, I got batteries. I stocked up, like, from Amazon's, basics, like, a while back. I got boxes of batteries. Carbon monoxide detectors, I'm fresh out.
Oh,
wow.
There was a smoke detector that was in the ceiling when I moved in, but that shit would go off from shower steam, so I took that off the ceiling.
It was a smoke detector over here by the kitchen when I moved in here forever ago, and like you know how the house flows, and like where the stove sits.
Yeah.
And no matter what, just turn the oven on, like preheat the oven, it'd be going off.
Yeah.
It's too sensitive.
It would do the same thing too. Like if I was heating up a pan in the kitchen, like the steam coming off the pan would fucking set that bitch off. I just couldn't. I was like, fuck it. If I die from fire, I die from fire.
Yeah, that's kind of what it had to be, man. So, but
if he dies, he dies.
Batteries in my carbon monoxide detector, so that probably something I should do. So I will get on that shit. But Chaffee, I told you I would address it, and here I've done it now. I don't even know if I'm gonna lead this in the show, but maybe.
I mean, you can cut it out of the show and send it to him. Because nobody else cares. I don't really think nobody comes here to hear me
what
anyway.
Are you talking
so
about? You're one of the stars.
It doesn't matter. I am not one of the stars. I am definitely the Little Richie of this show.
It might be doesn't even have a fucking name without you. You are the show. You are the heart of this shit.
Okay, I am the Larry Wilmore of the show. I am a major person behind the scenes, but I might be on a couple episodes that people are like, oh yeah, Anthony did say something.
Didn't Little Richie have like a hell of a perm though?
You told one of the best stories on this show ever.
Little Richie was a fuckboy at best.
Gerald the
that
Fan
was
is
not
one
a
of the best stories the show's ever heard.
Gerald the Fat Urkel was a long time ago. That was pre-Kid Tatum, where I had stuff to talk about in an interesting life. That is no longer the case.
Oh my goodness.
I woke up. I'll tell you about my day really quick. I woke up at 4 a.m. I played The Last of Us 2 for a little while. I ate a bowl of Special K, and then I started to work. Then I made breakfast for my kids, and they complained about me making a homemade apple syrup for their pancakes. They're like, I don't even want this, and then they didn't eat it. Well, Anthony ate it because he was like, oh, I'm sorry, Dad.
Was it pity eat?
And then Emery didn't. Yeah, he ate some pancakes and then after that, I worked. I had a meeting.
They
I worked.
they
some
have
more.
their mother's palate. And they like, I want this all healthy ass, fresh ass made shit. Go give me that damn bottle of fucking OG.
Man, if I don't have to cook for the rest of my life, it'll be too soon. Like I am so like having to cook like 3 or 4 times a day, every day, is not great. But every day, Anthony wants a fried egg. If anything else, it's like I know I gotta make that. Other than that, it's just like, what we gonna eat today? It's probably like it's like fucking Groundhog Day when it comes to that. It's like, what we gonna do today? We gonna have, or the question is, what don't you want to eat?
It's real as fuck out there. So I hear you, man. What's some good news for you, from all y'all this week? You know what I'm saying? Just like the good news of y'all lives. Just like something y'all can share with the listeners to say, yo, this was dope.
Let me start because mine will be very brief. I have none. I have no good news. None. I can't think of one positive thing. And then people are like, oh, you're living, you're breathing. I'm barely breathing. I have asthma. So that equals I'm barely living.
The sinus is kicked on this week. I've been waking up every morning with like boogers and shit in my nose. I'm all stuffed up.
I'm not stuffed up. I'm very runny nose, but usually it clears up within. Yeah, I've been on my Claritin.
I had to buy.
I can't see what that is. It's
it's Allegra. I had to switch up. Like the Zyrtec didn't work anymore, so it's been like I've been doing the Flonase every day. It's
fucking crazy how quickly it switched too. Because like up until yesterday, I've had the windows open every day for like the last like week and a half because it was so nice outside. And then it was like 2-3 days ago, I noticed that like I went to bed and then I woke up in the morning and my nose was all congested and there was some hardcore rocks in there and it's just persisted these last couple of days.
Yeah, it's been really bad. Like not yesterday. I started feeling better yesterday. But like Monday I sneezed nonstop. I mean, it was just a constant sneeze fest.
Every time I sneeze now too, I'm worried that I got COVID.
Well, that's not one of the symptoms.
I know, but that's how my mind goes.
Yeah, like I did. Like it's hard when like there's no such thing as like really being a break from a parent in these days, and like when you just feeling like so terrible, and it's just like I don't want to hear y'all talk about dinosaurs no fucking more, but you can't say that. Or it's just like I felt really really terrible. Like and no medicine I took was helping. It was just like I took Benadryl, I took Benadryl congestion, I took some Tylenol cold, I took my Flonase, I took the Allegra, I took the and my doctor told me not too long ago, hey man, don't be taking all that shit. Just take one pill. Don't do it all. But I did it. And like I finally feel better today. Like this is the first day that I probably only sneezed like once or twice.
My eyes have been watery and stingy as I'm leaving work, and I'm worried that I'm like gonna get into an accident on my way home.
That sucks.
Do you not have something to?
I thought we were supposed to be sharing some positive shit.
Your ass steered this car right into the fucking median, so this on you at this point.
All right, something positive that happened this week.
Like I said, I'm the little Richie boy. I told you, he drugged the show
something
down.
positive that happened this week. Let's see.
I guess I can name two things. I guess I received a gift from a loyal, great listener of ours. That was pretty cool. And then I got a grocery order delivered from Whole Foods.
Nice. What'd you get from Whole Foods? If you don't mind me asking. If you do, it's okay. I'm sorry.
Some yoga pants.
I just tried it out to see like how the experience would be. It was like $35 and over. The delivery was free, even though like you end up paying a tip, which it is what it is. People come, services, they put it down. Like
people
it's
sure
fine.
do come.
Yeah, twice. So I ordered 4 different kinds of Amazon seltzer water. I got grapefruit, ginger, lime, and black cherry. So far, I've only tried the ginger and the grapefruit. I got the Brussels sprouts that you saw me eating before the show. I bought 3 bags of them because, Sam's Club keeps running out of them. And I bought 2 bags of the konjac noodles. So I've gotten them from Amazon, like the Amazon. And the ones I get off Amazon, they come in a pack of 6 for like $20. And it's a better value than the ones I bought at Whole Foods. But I wanted to buy 2 packs from the ones at Whole Foods, like the Miracle Noodle brand that they had like on hand, just to see if I liked them, even though like it costs a little bit more and you get like 1.5 ounces less in the bag. I wanted to see if I like them in case like I'm in a pinch and don't want to wait for Amazon delivery, like a 2-3 day deal. Like if I wanted to make spaghetti like the next day or whatever, like I wanted to know if I could get by on the Whole Foods ones. And then I'd ordered like one of those little dessert in a cup things, like the brownie one, but they didn't have it, and I didn't want to substitute it for the pancake one. So I ended up just getting the Brussels sprouts, the water, and the konjac noodles. But the experience was fine. Like it helps that I work from home, so that like I basically have any time where they could just deliver the food, because I work 7 feet from the front door. So as soon as they pull out of my driveway, I can bring all the shit right in while I'm working. So I could definitely see myself using this in the future for some stuff.
Cool. I'm glad you found another source of delivery. What do you think about Whole Foods prices? Everybody always speaks about how pricey Whole Foods is in their opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like the stuff I got, like the Brussels sprouts, that's about... Well, the whole thing is like with it being organic, they had the organic markup on them. But like it's not terribly overpriced from what I get at Sam's Club. Like I did get a little bit less in the bag, but like I'm okay with that because right now it's more of an availability thing. And then the seltzer water I bought was like I probably paid about $1 more than I would have at Sam's Club for LaCroix, like a 24 pack of LaCroix. But I just wanted to, like, for me it was like I wanted to see how the flavors stacked up and like try the different ones that like I don't get in a 24 pack of LaCroix. So if I end up liking it better, like it's worth $1 for me. Like it's not that big of a deal. And then obviously, like I already covered the konjac noodles. Like they were a little more expensive than the 6-pack. I think I paid like $4 a pack for and it was like 7.5 ounces in the bag. I bought 2 of them. Whereas like the 6-pack is like $19.99 on Amazon, and it's like 9 ounces in each bag. So, but I haven't tried those yet, so I don't know if I even like them or not yet. What kind of
brand. What's going with these noodles? What's special about these noodles? I'm sorry.
So they're like zero. They're almost like eating nothing. They're made from a root, konjac plant, and they're kind of like rubbery looking. So I just use them in spaghetti to cut down on the calories and the carbs and all that. Because like they take the root and they cut them into noodle shapes, so you can use them as like a pasta substitute.
It's like people using jackfruit for shredded chicken or beef. You know what I'm saying? Like on those situations.
Yeah, so it's like my spaghetti tends to be a little heavy on the meat sauce, so like I don't rely as heavy on the noodles as like some people might. So the noodles for me, like they don't like some people say they smell funny or taste funny or whatever. Like I don't get any of that. To me, like they're clearly not like grain noodles, but like I barely notice the difference in any way. But like I said, like it's probably part of it is because I go heavier on the meat sauce end. But even if I didn't, like if I was more in the middle, I barely notice like enough to make me like I actually enjoy it. Like I am paying a little bit more of a premium because they're not grain, like, but they're it's a nice little hack on cutting down some calories and cutting out some carbs and shit. Now if I can just get the rest of this shit that I eat in line, then I'm in business.
Cool, respect, dude. Gabriel, what if you were digging in the old positivity pot? What'd you pull out?
Positivity. Okay, let's see here. Well, I unfucked up my wife's birthday. My wife had a birthday recently, and I kind of did not do as well as I should have.
I want to stop you there and explain to the listeners that I know, because I had discussed it with my man, that he'd been preparing and planning around this birthday for much longer than you think. I don't think he fucked up. I think he did his goddamn best. And I'm glad now that you have positive news from that outcome. I don't like you putting it on yourself that you was fucking up, because I don't think you was fucking up.
Thank you.
You know that.
Thank you.
I want you, and I know that, and I want you to know that. But you have managed some positivity out of this. What was leading very negative at last check. Please tell me what's good.
Well, I was able to make her feel a little bit better by getting her 2 nights in a hotel to herself. She has a whole Saturday to herself to do whatever she wants, relax, decompress, get away from the kids, get away from me, her horrible husband, and she'll just enjoy and relax.
Did you give her a pass too?
Oh no, I did not give. No, I'd rather she not do that.
No hard pass.
No strange dick.
What about familiar dick?
Yeah, what if,
I don't
what
want
if you
familiar
don't?
dick either. No dick.
Yes. Nope.
No
What
dick
if a
that is
future
not the
you
dick
comes?
of the SKiM Podfather.
What if she doesn't want a penis? What if she wants something? What if she wants some WAP?
I don't want her to get some WAP either. I don't
Some,
want her to cheat on me.
some worship and prayer.
Oh.
I mean, she'll be
Hold on.
worshiping and
Is it
praying.
cheating on
She'll
you
be on her
if you-
knees.
is it cheating if she says, "Hey, yo, man, I'm trying to go get you some of this WAP"? Is we good?
My wife is not the type to.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go talking all this shit. Talk the shit I asked you about.
My wife does not care for WAP.
It's not cheating if they ask, right?
I think if you, hey, what's it? What,
I thought if the people in the relationship have discussed it and they come to an understanding, and if both parties agree, that's not cheating. That's
I mean, yes,
understanding.
no sins as long as there's permission. Just saying.
I'm not giving her permission. No dick, no WAP.
Selfish ass.
I am. I'm greedy.
It's not cheating if there's no penetration.
I don't want
I
some
mean,
dude
tongues
sucking on her
penetrate.
titties.
No, I'm talking about scissoring.
Scissoring. This we've talked this on the show, boys. Scissoring a real thing, or is
That's
this just
just-
something for
It is
sure?
not. It is not.
That's just like banging bumper cars.
It'll give you whiplash.
My wife is kind of cringes at lesbian scenes, so I don't know if she's into that shit.
Y'all watch adult entertainment
It's just,
together?
HBO shit and
Just regular?
Orange is
Like
the New
Orange is the
Black.
New Black?
She did not appreciate what's her name from fucking that 70s show's titties.
Lauren
Yes.
Pepperon or something like that.
Yes, those titties.
Well, I apologize that
I
she
appreciate
didn't
it.
appreciate
I
those.
want to see them titties since that 70s show.
Well, you've gotten her own little private stay at a nice little spot. A couple of days for herself. Probably necessary. Probably very needed after all of
no
this.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, like I said, she too was the mother of all these 4 children, and it's probably a heavy load on her shoulder some days too. So that's dope that you, like I said, you came through. And again, I just don't want you shitting on yourself, because I think you did just great, actually. And I'm sorry it wasn't as appreciated as it could have been, but I'm glad you have worked out another level of appreciation. So that's pretty dope.
Wait, so I'm trying to follow here. You got your wife a private vacation,
it's just-
and you're an asshole? How is that?
You
Am I
wanna put
following
on the
this?
show? Watch yourself now, beer man.
I fuck it. Why not? I've been drinking.
I am not advocating you to do anything that will get you in any trouble or backlash or any way. I was confused. So if you want to tell me in private or
I will
not tell
tell
me
you
at all,
right
that is
now
your
on
right.
this show for the benefit of the audience, because damn it, that's how committed I am to this show.
let the disclaimer read that I gave him every opportunity
It's
to not
okay.
do this.
I'm the editor of this show, and if I feel like it could get him in some shit, you'll never hear it.
My wife
But if
doesn't
you hear
listen
it-
anyway, so it's
If
okay.
you hear it, you heard it. It's not your wife I'm ever worried about. I know she don't fuck with us. It's her friends that do fuck with us that'll become the issue.
Okay, so for her birthday, I took the kids shopping online because I can't take them shopping in the store because COVID. And they all picked out a gift for her. I picked out a gift for her. I got a nice cake and everything, but it's not what she was expecting. It turned out I botched a few things. Like I wanted to take.
Don't do that. You didn't. Don't do that. Don't say that.
Let him finish though.
Yeah.
Let him finish.
I wanted to take them to I wanted to take her kayaking and to a picnic and everything. And she's like, the night before we talked about it, and she's like, I don't want to do that shit. It's too cold for kayaking. It's too cold for a picnic. So I abandoned it too quickly when I should have just said, no, this is what we're doing. And this is what I've already decided to do. I should make the sandwiches and shit, put them in a cooler, and we're going to a picnic. So I didn't have any backup plans to that.
I'm gonna be honest right now. Hearing all this, your wife sounds hella ungrateful because I'm about to spend my 35th birthday here this weekend, all alone with nothing, and she had you putting all this effort in, making all these plans. Like, she's got it good, and she needs to appreciate it.
Bless you, sir. Bless you so much.
I understand exactly how you feel to a certain extent because, like, when you build up something in your head for somebody else and you want to do it so bad, it hurts a little bit more when it doesn't go as planned. But at the same time, it's very healthy to respect what she wants to do. If she doesn't want to do it, that's just not what she wants to do.
That's what I'm trying to do, but I didn't have a backup plan. That was the problem.
You know what? Having a backup plan isn't your issue. That's something that you had planned for, and if she doesn't want to do it, that is totally fine. What can you do? Like, it'll be times, like, I swear, almost every time my girlfriend asks me to get something from the store, they don't have it. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's, hey, can you give me a plastic bag that say, enjoy your stay? They don't got it that day. They ain't got it that day. It's always like that. I was like, and you know, when you're away from home, it's like, you know, the kids are always doing something when I'm gone. That's just how it is. And I'm like, well, you know, I had to go to another store to get what you asked me to get. And she's like, I just rather you to come home. And then when I just come home, she's like, why didn't you get what I asked you to get?
Damn if you do.
So
Damn if you
it's
do,
all-
and
it's-
fucked if you don't. You know.
Yeah,
So.
that's exactly what the situation I was in. I reached out to her friends. The friends gave me ideas for the kayaking, for the picnic. I'm like, that sounds like a great idea. I'm gonna do that. And she didn't want to do that shit. It was too cold, according to her.
I'm not barking or rapping to her. I'm just trying to tell you again. You did good, bro.
Thank you.
And
Yeah, I mean, like you tried.
I decorated
like, you
the
did something,
damn
but you
dining
cared.
room by myself. Blow up some balloons, put up some streamers.
yeah.
Like if you didn't even like remember it or give a shit or do anything, then like I would say you're an asshole. But like you just not being able to deliver what she wanted, like shit happens. I mean, at least you like were there.
So I did get a little bit of redemption with this hotel stay, and she's very pleased with it. She'll get away from the kids. She's been busting her ass lately, helping us out, helping another family out. I don't want to get into that shit, but helping another family out, and like she deserves it.
Yeah. Surely. So I'm glad you pulled something out your hat. You know what I'm saying? Tricks Rabbit style.
Because it wasn't your ass.
Plus, I'm saying, look, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yep.
You will definitely clean the house to your own liking, and you know you will. And you'll get to hang with the kids. You can tell them what to pick up and put away. You'll be great. Sometimes you need some, like, I need to put the dad hat on, and that's what you get for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? And I know that'll be good for you and good for your soul. So I do take the positive out of that, and that does sound like solid positive news. My positive news, because man, I'm telling you, I've been in some scraps myself these weeks, some scrapes and scrambles. But that is relationships, dog. That is what it be some days. What? Tuesday of this week was the day Microsoft said you can go pre-order an Xbox Series X and or S. And I was like, we gonna take an early lunch and go stand in line. Yes, I went outside and stood in line outside of a GameStop with other gamer dorks like myself. And I was like worried that I was number 7 in line. It turns out I was number 6. The old lady was with the kid, and they weren't running the scam where they both were buying the same thing. Because sometimes that happens. You'll be like, "Yeah, we each buying one, even though we just putting it on this one credit card." And I was number 6 in line, and I was in line, and I'm sitting there just chopping it up with these people, and not realizing they had already put a sign on the door that said they have 6 Series X and 2 Series S. For those who give a good goddamn, which is probably a few of y'all. The Series X is the more robust system, you know what I'm saying? Comes with a disk drive, it is a bit more feature rich and so forth. It's the one I want. And the Series S is a little bit of their junior system. It's a no disk drive, all digital system, more for people with 1080p TVs or 1440p monitors and the like. And not anything I'm interested in. I'm a guy who buys game discs still. But as it turns out, I was number 6 in line, and thusly got the last of their Xbox Series X pre-orders. It was a delight. The night before that, they announced that they had bought a company who I love. Who they bought a game company. I love their games, and so now they were like, we own them, and they will work, and their shit will now be exclusively on our platform. I'm like, dope. And they announced this beautiful fucking blue controller, and I was like, yo, that bitch is gorgeous. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna pre-order that motherfucker as soon as I get to this store if I can. If I couldn't get shit else, I was walking out there with pre-order that controller. But I got my Xbox pre-ordered, and I'm pretty fucking hyped about it. They have PlayStation pre-orders going up again tomorrow. So probably after this show tonight, I'm gonna slide up there and look and see if they posted a sign to say how many they got. And hopefully they have, and that way I know if I'm going to even bother, because my kid has an eye appointment tomorrow, and I am like, the reality of it is I don't think I got time on my hands to leave the eye doctor and go stand in line. But if they got, 14 of them motherfuckers, maybe I can. So who knows? Wish me luck. That's the last time I'm trying for a PlayStation pre-order. If I don't get it tomorrow, then I don't care anymore, and I'll just get it when I get it. And it becomes less of a I have to have it when it launches situation for me for PlayStation. Xbox, I had to have it. Day one. That's the nigga I am. I've had every Xbox since the OG, and I love them. And so I am excited to be here at day one for this particular system as well. So I'm hype off of that. So that was pretty dope, man. I got to go line up and go do that. Even took a call in the middle of in the middle of me being lined up, so I was kind of at work.
I'm just enjoying all the PlayStation memes with the guys saying secured my PlayStation pre-order with them standing next to an old lady with their sad face and they're like she's happy because she just got some dick. PlayStation
5 secured the meme. Yeah, that's pretty great. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm a gamer. Listeners, OG listeners know, and if you're a new listener, maybe you don't know, but I am of the hobbies I have. I produce podcasts every week, and I collect records, and I play video games. These are my hobbies. So that's how it gets down with the get down. So that's my happiness. I'm sorry, Anthony, that you have had a rough week. I hope
Anthony.
I hope it is a brighter day.
Week.
My niggas, look.
Yeah, it's been a rough month, 6, 7, 8. I don't even know how fucking long we've been doing this anymore. Like, I'm trying to look at the positives, but like,
I mean, it's not really about being negative. It's just like I realize the place I'm in right now.
Yeah. It's like I'm not like I know deep down I'm battling anxiety and depression right now. Like, I'm fully aware that I'm about to spend my 35th birthday all alone with nothing. Like, I had to turn down a job offer the other day at work because the offer was shit. They tried to fuck me.
Not in a good way.
I have nothing planned. Yeah, I have nothing planned for the rest of the year, so I'm gonna be doing a whole lot more or nothing. Like, I just don't know what I'm looking forward to right now in anything. Like, little things pop up now and again that are like momentary distractions, but like the overall arc of my life right now is basically like, what's the point?
Wow, that's sad.
Well, I wasn't quite there.
I wasn't speaking for you though. I mean, I was just saying how I feel.
Yeah, I understand you feel that way, but I kind of feel like at the same time, you do have stuff that you can look forward to. It just has to be within, like setting positive goals for yourself and things that you want to do for yourself.
Like I know I keep talking about my birthday, but that's because that's the thing that's happening this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing I wanted to do was go to the Browns game, and I can't because of COVID. Like, they only released so many tickets, and they all went to season ticket holders, and my buddies who were season ticket holders could only buy one ticket for themselves. They couldn't buy multiple when they were able to purchase tickets, so they couldn't buy groups. So, like, I can't go to the Browns game unless I want to buy a ticket to sit alone. With social distancing, I can't have anyone around me. So, like,
buy a ticket and sit alone. So, like, it's still I mean, being alone it's not the end of the world. Like, you can still have fun. Like, still make that part of your goal.
Like, sitting at, like, a comedy show alone, I think is different than, like, going, like, I think, like, if I didn't know anyone who liked the Browns and weren't going to be there, that's one thing. But the fact that, like, the people I know and would go with are all going to be sitting together and I would be sitting alone wherever while also having to pay to do it, like, just doesn't sound as appealing, you know?
Well, I think you should get you some of your favorite wing. Like, just have a you day to the fullest that day. Like, you know, get yourself some of the beer you like, some wings, some nachos. You know, maybe
anything you'd order at the game.
Yeah,
maybe a bratwurst or some shit.
Well, the thing is, like, I never buy anything at events.
but
deprive yourself at home.
Let's say if you really was just like, fuck it, let's make this bitch rain at this game. What would you cop? And reenact that. You know what I'm saying? If you get in the brat and the sports mustard, is that what that shit's called?
Well, like, my plan, so
Stadium
like
mustard.
Tomorrow I have the only thing I have planned over the next 4 days is to run errands tomorrow. Like, I have a haircut appointment in the afternoon, and like I this morning I realized that, like, I need to go get the fucking sticker for my car.
Oh yeah.
So I need to go to the DMV tomorrow, and then
I thought we planned that out like forever ago.
Yeah, and then I forgot. Just like I haven't mailed an absentee ballot application. Just like I need to go to the post office to buy stamps because I don't have any.
Yeah, that's another thing that's messing me up.
I've been working like 12 hours a day, man. Like, I forget some of the other shit I got to do.
I sit there and like that application a long time ago, and it's kind of making me nervous because I've received like 7 more.
I keep getting, like, different organizations mailing me shit with applications. It's to the point where, like, I don't even know which one of them is legit. They could all be legit. I don't know. But I'm just like, I'm almost to the point where I'm just going to be like, fuck it. I have to vote at the end of the street anyway. I'll throw a mask on.
I just read a piece today that was like, voting is pretty much as dangerous as going to the grocery store. It's not totally without possibility of whatever, but it's fine because you're going to go in, you're going to get out. It's cool. Just make yourself what's called a voting plan. Like I said, I always go into the fucking with a list of who gonna get my vote, especially because like we get our ballots oftentimes full of extemporaneous ass candidates. You're like, what the fuck is you running for, dude? And you know what I'm saying, you want to make sure you, of course, if you care to research, you know what I'm saying, prepare yourself for it. That's just what I do. I have mailed my. They have So I mailed my ballot in, but I also checked off that yes, I'll work the polls. Because somebody pointed out, man, if you're like in decent enough health, consider working the polls so an old person don't have to this year. And and I'm like, all right. So I've gotten an email back from them saying, could you fill out this additional survey? But I hadn't got anything else back since about whether.
Do you get paid for that?
But maybe I think so. But that's not literally what my point. The point is, yeah.
I know. I was just more curious.
So, yeah,
about
I think
it.
but I don't think you get nothing wild. I think it's probably like $100. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be crazy. I was just wondering if they got paid or if they were just volunteers. This will be my first like presidential election voting in my house though, like because obviously like before I bought my house, I just used my mom's house as my address, and that was my address for a long ass time. So like pretty much every presidential election that I voted in, I voted at my old kindergarten school. So, like, this will be my first time having to vote in my area at the school down the street from me. So, it's like, I don't even know what it's like inside there. I don't know the setup. I don't know where to... I'm sure they'll have signs and all that shit, and I'll be able to follow the other people voting. But
like, you just about to say all the old people?
I was, and then I'm like, fuck, I'm old now. Like, so I can't say that because I'm old. But I feel old. Like, and up until, like, recently... I didn't think of myself as like an adult, like an older adult, but like now I kind of do. Like I'm starting to feel like I've entered that middle age era of my life. Like I know people are gonna tell me, "Oh, you're still young," and like I'm not saying that I'm decrepit, but like mentally and physically, like I don't feel 25 anymore, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm aware of it now. Like it's not like I'm not in denial or nothing or anything like that. Like I'm fine with it. It's you know, I can't fight it. I can't stop it. So, you know, what am I going to do?
Take a lot of heroin.
We don't even know what it looks like. How do we know?
I know, it'd be like if me not knowing what weed looks like, you sell me sticks and stems, you know? Shit, like my one buddy when we were younger, like he was like running this card shop. Like the one guy had like a local card shop, and he had like other locations that he had bought, and he was having the younger dudes run for him. And my buddy was watching the one out in like I think it was Elyria maybe, and some dude told him that like he offered him weed, but when he bought it, like it wasn't weed, it was just leaves ground up into a baggie.
Oh my god!
I don't know where to get some heroin from. Maybe that's a good thing.
I think that's okay. So we were discussing pre the show rolling off. I guess the idea of what drugs we know what they look like from actually having seen them. So drugs I've seen in person: crack cocaine, marijuana, and I feel like that's it. And prescription drugs, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, your Percocets or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Your codeine 3s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Box said he had seen shrooms and coke, right?
Yeah, and weed and painkillers. So, and I guess Adderall. I mean, it's like that too.
Prescription drugs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's not a painkiller, you know. It's like legal coke.
Gabriel, what did you see? I'm sorry. You saw acid, right?
I saw some dude drop acid right in front of me. It was just like a little droplet, and he just dropped it on his tongue, and he was tripping the rest of the night, and he was like rubbing his head against this carpet on the floor, and he had a rug burn on his bald head because he used to shave his head.
Oh my god! And again, I totally have no idea what heroin looks like. Heroin got more steps than Britney. That means it ain't stepped on. Dig me. That's all I know. I know.
It's like off-white. It's not white like the other stuff.
I've never seen her. I've lived a sheltered life. I've never seen heroin. Never seen cocaine. Never seen crack.
I've seen.
I'm surprised by that because that's a very suburban drug.
Cocaine.
Which one? Oh, cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine, it seems like a very suburban drug, and I'm the suburban Puerto Rican for a reason. And I've never seen cocaine.
Like, my buddy grew up in the Strongsville Brunswick area, and in college he snorted 40K worth of cocaine up his nose.
At one time?
I don't think it was over a couple years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Now he's married with a kid.
What can you do?
Snort cocaine.
I've seen lots of different drugs over my life, but the first time I seen somebody do cocaine, like in person, that shit was wild.
Did they fuck all night?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that, but like, I see like, and it was like a young person too. It was just like I seen them do it. I was just like, what the fuck have I got myself into? like seeing somebody like, of course, I grew up in like on the on the east side of Cleveland, and I didn't live in a, like, my neighborhood's not great now, but growing up it was just a working class neighborhood. I mean, it was some people who had lots of money or some people who didn't have money at all, but like, of course, it was, I grew up in the 90s and the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, and I did see like crackheads like, I'm gonna smoke this crack. Yeah, that was, I mean, it wasn't like I was hanging with nobody that was smoking crack, but I've seen people like, they go, the neighborhood crackhead Siggy, his mother was a normal person, but she had a son who was a crackhead, and he sucked dick in cars and smoked crack in cars and stuff. And I'm like, I never forget. My grandma was like, Siggy, I said sucking dick. I mean,
you just announced it like that, like Siggy outside sucking dick.
Well, we were in the house, and it was, I guess my grandmother was just amazed because it was like noon on a Sunday, and he's just outside sucking dick. It was just, my grandma was like, "What the fuck is that about?" It's crack, grandma. It's crack.
Man, that's not a great sucking dick hour. I don't know.
I think I tasted egg and cinnamon.
Yeah. It's like church is letting out and he gets somebody letting go in your mouth. What can you do?
No homophobe.
Yeah, that's a lot of protein.
Yeah. I mean, he still stays strong.
It was people who clearly was like allowing their dick to be sucked.
I mean, I'm
mouth to mouth.
Yeah. Like, what did he said that the Kevin Smith, when I'm trying to get across the country, I'll take a shot in the mouth.
Give me a few yards down the road, few miles down the road. Yeah. I'll take a shot in the mouth. God rest George Carlin.
Yeah, it was like, those were some different times because, like, we seen, like, things go downhill and things come back and things go back downhill. But like, man, nothing beats like, oh man, I got this Sega for $8. I'll take a Sega for $8.
Yeah, I mean, like, you think like practicality. If you strip away any kind of like anxiety or fear of judgment or any of that, like, the shit's over. Like, it's over quick. Like. And then you clean up, and it was like never there. And then you have the reward of
someone
the act.
Sounds like they have a lot of confidence in themselves.
All I'm saying is just like people look down on sex work, and I just don't understand why. Like,
I don't think none of us are like. I mean, I know it's a weird thing. Like some people I follow on. I mean, because I'm only really on Instagram and Twitter, and it's kind of hard to say that I'm actually on Twitter. But like, I'll see friends say shit like on Instagram. I'm like, should I say something and make a comment? No, I just don't care that much. So one of the things that I seen that they were putting was about like, I don't understand these females and who got a OnlyFans page. I was just like, God, some of these dudes are just like, I've been to a strip club with you before. Like, with you, you're saying this. What's the difference?
That's the whole thing too. Is like, I wonder if the creation of OnlyFans has increased the price on like strip club services and street prostitution. Like, back in the day, I would assume like a blowjob from a prostitute, $20-$40 maybe. Now it's like women with OnlyFans will put like pay per pics up for like $20, and they're not even nude. It's like, has there been a market correction on that? Like, is a blowjob like 60 or 80 now?
I don't know. You got to go to the Bunny Ranch website and find
Do they
out.
have a menu?
I think so.
They have a roster.
I just kind of feel like so
the Gecko sub bacon sandwich.
It's a list of talent. When I was turning 30 and we went out to Vegas, my buddy sent me the link, and like the offer was on the table for me to go to the Bunny Ranch. I did not do it, but I did see the website, and I don't know what it looks like. This was 4 years ago, but I remember what it looked like back then. Each worker had a profile, you know.
It's like the LinkedIn of sex workers.
No,
Well, I mean,
it's
it
like
was for that location.
it's like the Cheesecake Factory of sex work. Like, it's
Yeah, like
it's a
they
long
each had like a
menu.
little profile, and like you made a booking, you know. So like, it's kind of like reserving a hotel room, but like reserving like a
What was
room
the
with a
tip
person.
situation in that regard?
I don't think I would give. Well, there would be a tip given.
Fuck you.
It'd be
You motherfucker.
it'd be probably a little underwhelming, but you know.
Fuck the tip. I'm gonna give her the whole thing.
That's very aggressive.
Was it?
You know,
Like
I'm on your side, Gabe. I ain't think
Alright,
it was that bad.
I'm just wondering, like this, do you sprinkle a couple extra bucks at the end? You like slip a, leave a little something on a nightstand?
I don't think so. Because
You made my toes curl.
I feel like that
Here's an
makes
extra
it. I
couple
feel like
bucks
that
for
makes
you.
it weird. Then
I'm gonna tell you why that wouldn't be for me. Just in my opinion,
tipping or prostitution.
prostitution.
Okay.
Because I kind of feel like I want to go up to the buffet more than once. I'm not an eat one and then done kind of guy, right?
For me, it's just I don't think I could get into it knowing that the other person's only there because I paid them.
I mean, that's pretty much everything
Yeah,
in
no
life,
shit.
though.
You take a girl out to a date.
I know,
and
I
pay her,
I
like,
know, but like
food
for
dinner.
me, being the like romantic I've kind of led my life out to be, prostitution for me would be like a mood killer where like I almost feel like I wouldn't be able to get it up if I was trying to do prostitution. Now,
But-
I could be saying that right now and then in the moment be like rock hard. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, in strip clubs, I get hard all the time. So it's like, maybe I'm just full of shit right now.
But-
I don't know.
the
I've
girl
never been
saying
in that
you're
position.
the best. Like, am I really the best? You've had a lot of guys come through this certain
We've been out to eat with each other. I've been out to eat with you more times than probably anybody in my whole life. And I know when somebody is nice, you'll give them a good tip. What's the difference?
Wait, what? Like, I'm not picking up on the correlation.
How?
Are we talking about tipping?
No, I'm saying like no.
prostitutes, or are we-
Hold on. Let me go back to the beginning. Like I've been out to eat with you, and like when a person like is doing the service correctly, and you like, oh yeah, I got good service. You feel good about it. You tip them more. I've seen it. What's the difference between the two?
I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Yeah, you can appreciate enthusiasm. It's like that person really isn't would be nice to you under any other circumstances when you go to a restaurant. What's the difference?
I see what you're saying there. I think that's a good example, honestly, because he's not. Now that you put it like that, like, yeah, you're right.
So when service industry workers in general are, as a part of their customer service, are going to try to do right by treat you right. And sex work is just another offshoot of the service work. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? I would think you'd appreciate, enthusiasm, but
Laugh at your jokes and touch your arm.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like some people are good at their job, some people are bad at their job. Like it's some people that, I mean, it's called the girlfriend experience. Like, and there's, I would guess women who are actually good at it, and I'm sure there's women
They
who are
give you the
bad
girlfriend
at it.
experience, just the one you didn't want. Girlfriend yell at you about not washing the dishes. Like, I didn't want this girlfriend experience.
I mean,
no.
What's that called though? It's when like where you give them money and they yell at you about it.
Oh,
damn! I don't want that.
Financial domination, FinDoms. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, there was all different kinds of stuff. So
I get yelled at home for free.
I mean, but some guys don't get yelled at all by their wives, and that's why they go find it somewhere else.
Well, I can rent them out my wife for yelling. She's got plenty of yelling to spare.
Hey, we just tried to get your wife some dick, and you said no. So.
I didn't say dick. I said she can yell at them.
Hey, what's the difference? We not gonna yuck nobody's yum, right? That's the motto of this show.
So,
I'll yell at them. Fuck that.
Yeah, but like I was saying before, I just kind of feel like, you there for experience. I don't feel like, if I'm not going, shit, that macaroni and cheese was good. I'm gonna go back. Oh, I can't go back and get no more. That's not fair. I mean, no, it's totally fair. That's just the rules they have. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Just not, what I'm looking for in the experience.
Missouri governor, opponent of mandatory masks, has COVID-19. A Republican who has steadfastly refused to require residents to wear masks tested positive for coronavirus, his office said Wednesday.
I want to feel bad for these guys and be a better person, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck them. Fuck them for being stupid.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just like jaded. I'm not gonna say I'm jaded, but I just don't feel sorry for anybody really. like most of the time, like when you're out here doing something, like you're making your decision. Nobody feels sorry for me. I just don't have that kind of empathy for people like that. Unless it's
you know what it is. They said DeWine had COVID once and all of a sudden he didn't. So who knows? This motherfucker might have COVID now and not have COVID in a couple of hours.
Or it might be Ben Carson. Ben Carson. Shit. That was
Herman
racist
Cain.
of me. Herman Cain.
How funny. Somebody else said that on another podcast I was listening to, Kind of Funny podcast, and somebody was like, was it Ben Carson? And they was like, no, it was a Godfather's Pizza guy. So they went back and forth before they arrived at Herman Cain. And
so Herman Cain. It might be Herman Cain and it might be dead and then tweeting beyond the grave.
At you.
Look at the cool.
Zig, producer Zig. Well, he's not producer Zig. He used to be producer Zig at Earwolf. Posted that last night. Posted the videos of Look at the Coons last night. It made me chuckle. I was just like, I just said, how funny. Always cooning for you.
You know what? When I see those debates, I stay the fuck out of it. I don't know why I don't know why certain white people feel the need to say, no, how could you accuse him of that? He's just speaking his mind. He's just being a free thinker. I stay out of those debates. That's none of my business.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm glad I'm not like in that territory where it's like I'm actually having conversations about anything about. I mean, like, this is honestly, of course, on the show, like I'll talk to you guys, but like, most of my life is involved. I told you about the conversations I have from day to day. It's like, are we gonna have waffles? We gonna have French toast sticks, or we gonna have pancakes? There's not much to it, and I guess I am. That is one positive thing that I don't have to talk about. And that's any of the other stuff. I'm glad I gave up on politics and whatnot.
Better off for it.
I hope so.
My internet lately has been me looking at records, and I just said something earlier to you here. I'll throw you another positive. What has been a white whale of my collecting finally went on sale at a price I was happy with. Stateside. There are people there who are selling it in other parts of the world, so I'd have to pay for international shipping. One person is selling in Brazil, one person in Poland. And this person was like, hey, it's the record is meant, the sleeve, I would call it very good. There's a little ring wear. And it was at a great price. And I when I gave the person feedback after I bought the record, it arrived and was good. Wrote me a little note back and said, "Man, it's so nice to help somebody find the white whale of their collection." I'm like, "That's fucking dope, man." He didn't have to do that. All they had to do is this is this guy. So this person was wherever they were at, wherever their record store is at. But it was just dope to find this record out. The Foreign Exchange's Authenticity, which is I believe their third record, and it's the only one of their records I don't have that is available on vinyl that I didn't have. And I was just very happy. I was just very happy to have gotten it. And let me see if I can find. Turn It Up is the record store. This guy's real. I mean, they probably have a physical store somewhere, but Turn It Up is, like I said, they wrote me back and told me that, and I just thought it was dope. I just thought it was, like I said, unnecessary. You saying the feedback you give kind of works like eBay. You just basically like, 5 stars, I would buy from again or would sell to again. It's usually that kind of shit. But the fact that this person reached out to show love was, I don't know. I just liked it. Touched my heart. Plus, I got my record. So, what will be the next white whale? I don't know. But I'm also probably about to reorganize my records by my records are currently in alphabetical order. So, by album title. But I think I'm going to rearrange them to be in alphabetical order by group. So, the Foreign Exchange and Electric, like their whole stack of records is there behind me. I don't know if y'all can see them because they're on the table. So I'd put the Foreign Exchange together, and then I'd organize those records by date of release. So that would be how the outfit will work, by band name as opposed to by album title. But I'm considering that. It's a Record Store Day Part 2, second drop this weekend, so more records to be had, more records to be spun. I love it. I mean, we flowing, man. I don't really. Gabe said he had a little something he wanted to put down on paper.
I sure did.
I want to make sure we get to that.
Man, he started smiling.
So we gonna hand it over to my man's and let him come through.
Okay, so some people don't take me seriously. Some people don't think I got good advice to give because I once masturbated in a car without no way to clean it up, or because I put tomatoes and lettuce on a cheesesteak. But you know what? Look at who's running this country. Am I any less qualified to give advice than anybody else? So it's time for Uncle Gabe's Advice Corner. Now, I could give out an obvious advice like don't put a battery in a snowball. That's like a fucking sociopath thing to do. But I want to give more obscure advice if I could possibly do. So here we go. I would say just because somebody's just work hot doesn't mean you shouldn't fuck them.
To clarify, some people wouldn't fuck somebody because they were work hot?
Yeah, some people would say like, oh, she's only work hot. She's only work hot. Well, you know what?
It's like a proximity thing.
Well, you know what? That's no reason not to fuck that person. Fuck that person. Fuck them in the pussy. Just because they're, I'm sorry, I'm a cis hetero male, so I'm speaking from that perspective. And I've seen plenty of people who I've seen like, yeah, I know you're only work hot, but you know what? You'd still get it.
Yeah, I don't agree with you, Gabe. And
you would abstain from someone who's work hot.
Save yourself some grief. Just look up a young lady that looks like her on the internet, and then be satisfied with that.
I knew some of this advice would be controversial. That's why it's Uncle Gabe's advice corner.
Yeah, having tried a couple times now to dip into the work pool, I don't recommend it. Too much bad shit happens both times. It's not ended well.
That's true. Well, I mean, there's risk involved. That's for sure. There's risk involved.
Yeah, some people end up with that person and they get married and they live their lives happily ever after. And then sometimes you just don't want to go to your job anymore. So
some people get their car key. Because they know what your car look like.
I know. They walk to the car together.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's risk involved, but hey, just because somebody's work hot doesn't mean they shouldn't fuck them. All right. That's one bit of advice from Uncle Gabe's Advice Corner.
Well, Uncle Anthony, his counter advice from that was like, make sure you come before you talk to her. Clear your brain out.
I guess like I would add, do it if you have another job lined up already.
Even if you
like
got
at that point, what do you got to lose?
Like I said, this is some controversial
at
advice.
the same time,
this is some controversial advice.
If you're working with that person, you're probably going to go to the same field and you might see him again. Don't do it.
Now, is the assumption on this that we're not married?
Oh yeah, of course. If you're married and you want to do your shot, you know, if somebody's not lighting your fire in the home life, you know, someone's not flying your cat in the home life, sometimes you got to take it to work. I'm not talking about myself here, of course.
Truly, I think from our previous discussion about not wanting to cheat, that you are actually a very, very, very loyal dude.
I am a very loyal dude.
Nope, no, I don't think anyone thinks that you're a cheating dude. So you're all right, bruv.
All right. What other advice do I have? Well, you know what? Hey, there's no reason that who's making love to your old lady while you're out making love can't be in a first dance at a wedding song.
Feel like making love.
I just wonder how would your advice have been if we would have talked to you just a half an hour earlier.
Well, that might be different.
Yes.
It might be different. That's for sure.
I still appreciate your strong mindfulness and your. I still enjoy this segment very much.
I'm very sure about this advice I'm giving. By the way, my sister listened to that episode where I talked about jerking off in my car. That shit's uncomfortable, man.
But your sister brought it up.
So much about you via this podcast. I'm like, listen at your own risk. Listen at your own risk.
Oh man.
That's not the kind of thing I wanted her to hear about me, though.
While you was out making love, anyway.
All right. Hey, all you college kids out there. I know you're big on the hour of power where you take a shot of beer every 60 seconds for 60 minutes. But why not do a quarter hour of power? That's when you take a shot of beer every 15 seconds for 15 minutes. It gets you where you want to go faster.
I didn't even know people do this.
You ever heard of the hour of power?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I should send you a couple of my man John Gabers does these, and they're fucking delightful because he does them, of course, with his improv and stand up buddies, so they're always hilarious. But what you do is, literally, you take a shot of beer every minute, every 60 seconds, right? Yeah, of an hour.
Now, when we say shot, we mean like beer in an actual shot glass,
worth of beer. So when it's all said and done, you would have drank. I think it ends up being like 8 beers in about an hour. Yeah, it's not terrible, but with experience like that, you get real crunk.
So when I say, hey, fuck that, you know.
Yeah, I would rather just you line up all 8 and I just chug them right away.
Why not be more efficient with your drinking and be a quarter hour of power? A shot of beer every 15 seconds for 15 minutes.
And you didn't say they also did the nugget power hour, where they ate a McDonald's nugget for every 60 seconds.
They do something on Twitter where it's Cavs versus Nuggets, where like every point that the Nuggets score, you have to eat a chicken nugget or something, or it's every point the Cavs. It's one of the. I think it's the Nuggets.
Eat about 100 nuggets.
But like, yeah, they're having people where I follow because like a bunch of people do this every year. And there's like been some kids who have like thrown up because they consumed like 110 chicken nuggets or whatever.
Well, I don't know the physical effects of quarter hour of power.
How many?
But, you guys gonna have to report back to me. But I suggest you do it. Damn it, do it, you college kids. What other advice did I have?
Do it, you young punks.
You know what? Everyone has the advice of beer before liquor, never sicker. liquor before beer in the clear, I say fuck that. Drink what you want to drink. And you know what? My advice to you is to drink the drinks you want to drink first, and then if you have a beer that you don't like as much, you drink that after you had the beers that you liked so much. That's what I do. Kind of sandwich it. Like I had tonight, I had a few bumbleberries. No
Yinglings?
No Yinglings. I had a few.
You sounded drunk when you said that.
I am drunk.
But I mean, like the robot made it seem like you're running naked through the quad right now, drunk.
You drink the drinks you want to drink first, and then you kind of sandwich that with some drinks that you don't want to drink. Like tonight, I had my bumbleberries first. I had the Pilsner late, and then I had the Leinenkugels.
I'm gonna get me some Seagram's Golden Wine Cooler.
Seagram's Golden Wine Coolers. Remember that? Cause who was that? Bruce Willis used to sing on their commercials. Classic.
Mm-hmm. So you got any other advice, Gabe?
I do have plenty more.
How about, do you have any advice for a young man who is looking to dress more dapper?
You know what? There's nothing wrong with a vest. I know vest gets a bad rap, but a sweater vest, a button-up vest, a vest make you look thinner.
What would you say about a young man who feels like since his winter time is coming up on fall that he's only going to wear gray sweatpants to show his camel tail?
That's a tough one. You want to be more trendy, go with the open leg sweatpants.
Oh. Okay.
What other advice did I have? Oh, okay, hey. Just because a stripper shows you her asshole doesn't mean you have to tip her extra. At this point, it's become like power windows or air conditioning with cars. It's just become standard. And you should pay the regular rate for that.
Yeah, so... quick show of hands. Is that something y'all want to see when y'all go out? If you at a strip club, do you want to see that?
I've not seen. Okay,
I said show of hands.
Just to clarify though, I have only seen it once, and I'm not anti it, but I've never been going. I'm not going out looking for it. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, one thing on the agenda. I want to see that.
See, that's not what's on my plate. If I bump into that, hey, that's fine. But I'm not on parole. For it. No.
Did she reach back and spread it, or did she just have to? Just the way she bent over, it happened to happen that way.
I don't know. I'm just not interested in seeing that.
Yeah, I think I'd rather know that it exists, but not actually see it.
It's like one of those things. It's like, sometimes they don't get all that vein out of the shrimp, but I don't want to talk about it. It's just it's a shrimp. You know what it is.
I'm just like, I'm not into seeing it really. Like,
I don't want to.
Like I'm an ass man, but it's the cheeks. Like I'm not there for the rim.
Yeah.
Like I just want to like grab and spank, hold, see some movement. Like I'm not there for the shoot.
Yeah, like when I get pizza, I'm not like Trump. I don't eat crust first. I want the toppings. I want to eat the cheese, taste the sauce. That crust, I'm like, I eat it because I'm a dog, not because it's something I just want to eat on.
Hey, it's next to the other stuff you want to see, so why not?
No, it's not. Ever since I was old enough to be able to get next to a woman, I've always been an areola man. It's not nowhere near where I want to see.
Yeah, like I want to be in that area. I don't necessarily want to be like gazing at it.
I want to be slapped in the face with some boobs, like yeah. No, if I could just like
you don't want to be slapped in the face with some booty cheeks.
I didn't say that, but I said I would rather.
That's a high pink eye risk.
It is.
I just kind of feel like, you know, as a man getting up there in age, I don't know. I just give up on life. I'm just done.
I'm just saying, like, it shouldn't be extra anymore. You don't tip her extra for that shit. That becomes standard.
Why would I tip you to throw up in my mouth?
Maybe you're into that baby bird shit.
So that was
I'm not into rainbow
Gabe's
showers.
advice, for me. So what was the actual full title of this? I want to go over this one more time.
Uncle Gabe's advice corner.
That probably will occur another time down the line there, children.
That did sound very Sesame Street like.
Pod sister, I'm sorry. You just learned some things, didn't you? But you know how we go, people. You know what I'm saying? As we shall proceed and continue to rock the mic, it's time for a segment that I truly, truly love. And that's when we go hit the mean streets of Reddit. And we ask, are you the asshole? Are they the asshole?
Would I be the asshole?
My partner delivers us a bunch of options. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And last week we discovered that Ant has a fucking acumen for this as well. So in the clutch, if these don't all work out, none of these work out, Ant be up in the Reddit streets and can hit it up too.
Yeah, Reddit's like my second favorite thing in life right now.
So let's run through them. Am I the asshole for not donating to a sick kid's fundraiser? Am I the asshole for wanting to keep my weaving room? Would I be the asshole if I called the cops on a group of men for publicly drinking? Am I the asshole for not wanting my mom to listen to my music? Am I the asshole? White guy on Tinder calls me a name based on my race, so I called him a name back. That one has been erased, but you know we keep the screenshots. Am I the asshole for telling my husband to cancel our plans after he refused to keep the kids out of the room while I was sleeping?
Gabe write that one?
I wish he was here to have heard that. I feel like that is right up his alley. So those are some of the options we have currently. If any of those speak to you at all.
I'll be honest, seeing as how I was only half listening, I open it up to the other gentleman to pick. I mean, you know I'm multitasking right now, so.
I want Gabe to come back, so I want to read that last one to it because it just seems so up his alley.
Are you? I don't think you heard any of them.
I'm gonna reread these for the Podfather, but as because apparently you missed the options here.
Sorry,
I've been drinking. Am I the asshole for not donating to a sick kid's fundraiser? Am I the asshole for wanting to keep my weaving room? Would I be the asshole if I called the cops on a group of men for publicly drinking? Am I the asshole for not wanting my mom to listen to my music? Am I the asshole? White guy on Tinder calls me a name based on my race, so I called him a name back. Am I the asshole for telling my husband to cancel our plans after he refused to keep the kids out of the room while I was sleeping? I thought that one would speak to you.
So far, the fundraiser one is the one that caught my attention the most.
Fundraiser it is.
I kind of wanted to hear what she called the racial one.
Just doing both.
Am I the asshole for not donating to a sick kid's fundraiser? Backstory. I, male 20, have a friend named Rob, male 20, who I was very close with and had been for many years. Over the summer, Rob did something fairly unexpected that hurt me very badly. I won't go into explicit details because the situation is too complicated, irrelevant to explain, but it's safe to say that he was the asshole. He admitted it to mutual friends, and the 10 plus people who heard the story unanimously agreed. However, our friendship ended over this. At the end of the summer, we unfollowed each other on social media and have not spoken since. He refused to apologize to me once. Our mutual friends say this is out of guilt and avoidance, but to me, that doesn't justify any of his behavior. We had been friends for 5+ years before this. Flash forward to a bit later, I get a text from Rob, the first I'd heard from him since, with a link to a GoFundMe. The GoFundMe was for Rob's younger cousin, who has a very serious illness and desperately needs medical help that they don't have the funds for. The text basically asked me to put the past aside and think about donating since I am in an extremely financially comfortable position and certainly have the means to, while Rob's family does not. I know that my money is my money, and I don't owe anything to someone who hurt me. And furthermore, Rob has had a history of treating people badly and running from the issues just like this. Just for once, I'd like to see him on the other side of it. But I also feel like the little boy who's sick is blameless. Why should he get denied money going toward his medical care because I'm bitter? Am I the asshole? Edit. I do not know the little boy in question at all, have never met him. I have been hearing about his complicated medical care for years, though. So the fundraiser is definitely legitimate.
I mean, he don't gotta, he not the asshole.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's tough to be able to donate to everything that's out there, like every GoFundMe and every sick child, and you only got so much give to give.
He said he had the money to give, but he don't owe that dude nothing. Like, if y'all not on speaking terms, y'all not on speaking terms. Like, forget you, dude.
I guess, like, at the crux of it all, it's really, like, pettiness hurting the third party, but, like, is that money really going to help that kid? Like, it's not like he's getting Magic Johnson HIV injections or whatever, you know?
Yeah, Magic Johnson just drank dollar bills.
That's where all the power lies, you know?
So, I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like we sever ties. That's it. Not it's not in the, you know, and not in the homeboy clause that, like, if your cousin gets sick, then we can be cool for me to give a $1,000 donation.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I had, like, a sick family member, I wouldn't expect anyone to give anything.
You're not obligated.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty.
I think you solved it.
As for the am I the asshole white guy on Tinder, let me pull up the screenshots for that particular one.
Because it got took down? Is it going to be another episode of The Office?
Am I the asshole? White guy on Tinder calls me a name based on my race, so I call him a name back. Quick and simple, swiping through Tinder, got a match, got a message. The message said, word for word, "What's up, beautiful bisexual Pocahontas?" So I replied, "Not much, stupid ass Christopher Columbus." I showed some people, posted it in r/Tinder, and it's gotten a lot of attention. But a lot of people said I was the asshole here. So what's the verdict? Am I the asshole? Edit. Okay, maybe I'm an asshole here, but a justified one because he clearly fetishized me for my sexuality and my race. I just think that that in 2020 we should be over this shit.
That wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
Like, yeah, like, I mean, maybe, what was he supposed to say? Sacagawea? Like, how many point of references we got here? The whole fucked up thing about it is it's like, it don't work on this lady, and then, like, some people are going to say what she said, and then there's going to be other people who find it flattering or into it. Like, you just got to fucking roll the dice, and if you get someone who bites your head off, so be it. And then if you get someone who's, like, takes it as a compliment, who's into it, just roll with it. Like, I think I'm at the point where, like, I'm not going out intentionally trying to hurt everybody's feelings, but, like, you know, like, I'm not going to walk on eggshells for every fucking thing I say. If you don't like it, then don't talk to me.
I mean, but it's kind of real. It's like, look, I saw something the other day. I follow this one lady on Instagram, and she has a very specific, I guess, dating profile. And somebody asked her a question. She was like, "Yeah, that's fucked up. That's you trying to pressure me." And dude was like, "How's that pressuring you?" And for once, I was like, "Yeah, you're right, bro. I'm with you on this one." Sometimes she has dudes say some wild ass shit, and I'm like, "Yeah, dudes be saying some wild ass shit." But in this instance, I'm like, he made his comment, and her comment in return could have probably been like, that wasn't cool, bro, or whatever. But instead, it was like she was saying shit. It's like she was being extra because she knew she was gonna post it on her Instagram. Feel me? And so I was just like, yeah, man, that it seemed outlandish and unnecessary. Because it was like, it's out, to explain this to you, I guess, maybe, because I'm saying, maybe I'm pulling right. This woman on her dating profile says, "Looking for somebody to come through and eat my pussy and leave, no questions asked." That's what her profile says. And what it is every motherfucker who see that is like...
Oh, is this that Canadian comedian lady?
I don't know if she's a comedian, but yes, it is a Canadian lady. So, almost every interaction is some dude like, I mean, but you trying to suck them dick? Or can we fuck after? And this, that, and the third. But because she is very specific, it's like, nah, bruv, that shit right there is what I want. And that is what I want. But this dude was just like, he asked, and I think it's perfectly fine to ask.
Yeah, it's a reasonable question.
He did say, can I?
You know what I'm saying?
If Ray J has told us anything, it's sexy, can I? Right?
And like I said, she was like, no, you trying to press me. And I'm like, I don't think that. And I could be wrong.
Especially when it come to head.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like.
That is like, closed mouth don't get fed, you know?
It just works on so many levels here. I'm happy with that statement, sir. Oh, man.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, what's the worst can happen? She says no? Like...
But see, like, it wasn't just no. It was no and exclamatory ways and like the dude.
I know that's what I'm saying. It's like on the internet, man, people like take shit and they hear it how they want to hear it because there's no actual audio. So it's how they fucking hear it in their head. And then they project their feelings and what they think you mean onto you and make you out to be the bad guy. That's why, like I said, I'm tired of worrying about everyone's fucking internet feelings. Like, if people want to be butthurt and, like, take something I say and twist it into something I didn't mean or whatever, that's on them. Like, I'm done fighting the fucking social justice kumbaya fight. Like, if you all want to be mad, be mad. Live your lives being mad. I'm tired of it all. Like, in our group chat, like, and no one's been, like, arguing or bickering or anything lately. But it's like anytime they post like a screenshot of some bullshit, political or whatever, or I go and I get like a gif of someone going, praise God, or God is good, or praise Jesus. Anytime something bad is praise Jesus. God is good.
You found a way to work through it. So
yeah.
And it's just like
God is good and doesn't make mistakes. Like, oh, so and so died. God is good.
Oh my gosh. So, I don't know. That
one of the World Warriors died.
Yeah.
God is good.
Yesterday or the day before, yeah, I saw that. So.
Praise Jesus.
It's wild out there to feel to like.
But it's funny how, like, the ideology of that is very divisive in that, like, you say something like that, and there's going to be people who are going to be like, how fucking dare you? That's so insensitive. I can't believe you'd say that. And then there's going to be those other group of people who are like, you're right, God is good.
Every day? All the time.
All the time, God is good, and God is good all the time, whatever it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's just crazy how it's like that one statement could be so
effective,
effective and divisive. And it's like, you don't know if I'm like, I mean, obviously in this instance, like, I'm joking. I'm not, praising the fact that man's dead. That sucks for his family. But I'm just saying, it's like a random ass person. That's one statement can mean one thing, or somebody else can mean something completely different. And that could cause a fucking all out verbal brawl. Yeah.
So if you start putting it in our chat, we know what it means.
I mean, like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it to you guys, but I've been doing it to them.
Not really. We don't really get too scrappy in our various group chats. I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, like, we post shit and no one even says anything.
I try to throw a heart on things in all situations where I can. Like, show.
I said yes to a post the other earlier this night.
I'll be honest, like, lately I've gotten to the point where, like, I found a meme and I'm like, oh, the guys are like this, and then I'm like, man, fuck it, they ain't gonna say nothing anyway. I don't even send it.
Thanks, man.
Aww.
See, like, I'll send you a couple of examples right now.
Is that because of us not responding?
No, of shit that I thought was funny that I didn't send.
I'm gonna purposely respond just your point.
Well, I stopped putting stuff in our group chat. I usually put it in Instagram because nobody, like, the
I love hearing the bzz, bzz in the background.
Yeah.
I saw that PS5 only $202. My man,
Yeah, I seen
sent that
that
to me this morning. That Bill Belichick one, what did that say? Going to the office versus work from home. Holy shit. My man did look like just actual trash heap. Bear eats all the food, gets fat, refuses to walk, mate, and communicate. God damn.
I saw that and I was like, I feel personally attacked.
Am I being seen? What is going on here?
Yeah. Who's been following me?
Oh my god.
Oh man. So see, this is the thing too. Like, I texted you guys that the cops were at my house the other day.
I was
No one really
worried.
seemed all that concerned.
The cops weren't at your house.
They were at my house. Like, here's the thing. So, the other day I cooked spaghetti while I was working. Like, I was browning the meat. I'd leave it to cook. I come do a little bit of work for a couple minutes. I go back. I stir it up. So like, spaghetti, like, you don't need to be the babysitting it every couple minutes. Stir, whatever. Add some more ingredients, whatever. So I made spaghetti while I was working. Then, when I went on my actual lunch break, I was doing the dishes, and because we had like some backup in the sink and whatnot, and so I'm at the sink doing dishes, and all of a sudden, out the window, I see a fucking cop walking in my yard, gun on his hip, like looking at the neighbor's house, and it's like I'm like the fuck, and then he leaves, and then he comes back and he's doing it again, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm like, please God, don't knock on the door. I don't want to deal with this right now. You know, praise Jesus. And now keep in mind too, like, I had taken my shirt off while I was doing dishes. That way the water didn't splash onto my shit.
Going Ross.
So I'm going Ross in my own house. I haven't showered yet that day. So it's like, I have massive bed head, maybe a little body funk, because like it's...
baptized in the fuck.
At that point, honestly, it had been about 36 hours. And I'm just like, I don't want to entertain right now, especially someone with a murder weapon on their hip. And fuck if not, but like 3 minutes later, I hear pop, pop, pop on the door. And I'm like, God damn it. Because I also had the front door open because that was the day that I got the order from the Whole Foods. So, like, I hadn't shut the door back yet because it was, like, nice outside and there was light coming in and shit. So, the front door was actually open. So, I turned the water off the kitchen, threw my shirt back on. I came to the door. And, luckily, he stood down on the grass. Like, he didn't come up to my doorway. So, I had some distance. Yeah. And then he had his buddy, though, like, out. Like, they parked in front of my house. And they had, they have these giant fucking Escalade-looking motherfucking cars now. And his partner was by the car, and he started asking me all these questions about my neighbor, like their name.
And you're like, God damn it, what do you want?
Well, like, I was like, can I help you? And I'm just like thinking, like, am I under arrest? What did I do? Like, don't shoot, I'm not asleep. And
shit.
So, but he starts asking me all these questions about, like, my neighbor's house, like, who lives there? When's the last time I seen them? Can I describe what they look like? What are their names? And I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's some old ass man and his granddaughters, and like their children. And he's like, it's like asking me what the kids look like and all this shit. And he's like, I'm like, dude, I don't know their names. I'm like, they're young. The granddaughters are kind of chubby. Like, they got mixed kids. I'm like, the old man, like, I thought he was dead, but then he's not dead. And I'm like, they got a little yippy dog over there. I'm like, I don't know. He's like, when's the last time you saw anybody? I'm like, I don't know, like a week and a half ago when the old man cut the grass. And he's like, okay. He's like, do you know when they'll be home? I'm like, how the fuck am I going to know when they're going to be home? I can't even tell you their names. So then, like, he's just like, he's like, okay, thank you. And then he just turns around and starts yelling everything I said to him, to his partner. Then I heard them go knock on somebody else's door. And then, like, they just stayed out there for like 35 minutes. I actually went back to work and was like sitting here and like look over my shoulder, and they're just still out there. And then another car showed up and was blocking my driveway. So like it was almost like they were getting ready to do a raid or something. But eventually one of the granddaughters showed up, and like I could hear talking out there, but I couldn't hear what was being said. and I don't think anyone got arrested because, like, I heard her on the phone after they left. So I don't know what it was all about. I don't know, like, what's going on with what, but, like, they were here for a long-ass time, and they were not fucking leaving. But, like, they didn't seem to take anybody, so it's like, was it that deep? Like, you wouldn't leave, but then, like, no one gets arrested? Like, what were you here for? Were you mediating or something?
Trying to show what they can do what social workers can do, I guess.
Yeah, that was my thinking, is, like, maybe it was, like, something to do with, like, some kid situation, some custody battle or something.
What's it called? What's it called? Whatever check. Yeah, whatever that shit's called. Yeah.
Something.
I should have told him how they stole my buddy's Amazon package. Like, oh, them thieves over there? Go on, do tell. Give me probable cause.
Oh, my God. But
that whole thing was funny because Amazon sent the picture of the package on their porch, and then my buddy sent them the picture of the copy of the picture, and they're like, "Oh no, we ain't got it."
like who got it then, bruv? Who?
Yeah.
Job so and so's. Oh my God. Oh, so I finally had to. I told y'all. I think I told y'all how for whatever reason FedEx just kept delivering to the damn back door. Well, FedEx, similar to UPS, I guess all these people basically now have a website. You can go and holler at them and be like, "Look, bruh, this is the instructions for this house. This is how this shit goes down going forward." Mm-hmm. So I finally just had to sign up for that bullshit to tell them, front porch. Don't put no shit back. Don't put my shit back there no more. And that has I've had a FedEx delivery since then, and that it has arrived as where it was supposed to be, and that is on the front damn fucking porch of my house.
Yeah, the people who lived here before us had a direct order not to leave anything on the porch, and they just they would just take the UPS would take the package back with them, like no matter what. Which, white flight didn't start happening until we moved here, so I don't know what was going on.
Somebody stole something or a deer ate it.
Yeah.
I don't even worry about most of my Amazon packages and shit being taken off my porch, because honestly, Amazon just whatever, we'll just send you another one anyway. Who gives a shit?
It's more the inconvenience. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really needed litter, and somebody took your litter, it would have been a motherfucking problem.
I know, but that would suck. It would be an inconvenience. But it's I could get litter from Amazon again. They'd send another one out within 48 hours. It's not like I would be waiting 6 weeks for that collectible action figure to show up, and then someone swipes it off my porch. Like when they stole my collector's corpse box in Lakewood, and they wouldn't send me another one. That sucked. I paid for that. They wouldn't reimburse, and I get it, as a business they don't technically owe me shit. But Amazon makes so much money that they just don't give a shit. As long as they got another one in the warehouse, they're like, fuck it, yeah, we'll eat the $11. We're not paying our workers shit anyway. Just take out a Susie's lunch money.
Oddly enough, they do pay their workers pretty well.
And, it's funny because I don't really know, but some people say they do, and then some people are like, oh, they don't pay their work. I stumbled on some post on Instagram in the Explorer page the other day, and it was people up there trying to chop up Jeff Bezos' wealth for the greater good of the world again. Oh, Jeff Bezos makes $13,000 an hour or whatever the fuck it is, and is he could end world hunger if he wants. And I'm like, y'all don't fucking understand how wealth works. When you that wealthy, it's not like you got $70 billion of cash on hand. You have $70 billion worth of value in a company. If that company suddenly ain't worth shit, he don't got a goddamn dime. So it's what do you want him to do? Just sell Amazon and then go buy plant trees? Y'all are fucking pocket watching.
People don't think about it like that. So I was watching Hulu, and a Trump commercial came on saying trying to strike fear into hearts, saying about illegals taking Americans' jobs, and I just was just most people in America work at a job where you got to have a background check.
Yeah, I guess quote unquote illegals do the jobs that Americans don't want to fucking do anyway.
Yeah.
So what are y'all bitching about? Y'all ain't raising your kids out in Hollywood, and y'all ain't picking them strawberries. So what are y'all crying about?
Yeah, like, legitimately, like, our job would make you do a random check if you did some shit.
Yeah, like, they fucking ask you if you had a green card, or if you got a passport, or, I mean, not a passport, like a citizenship. Like, they ask you all these things when you apply, and then they run the background check on you. It's like, they're gonna find it.
Well, yeah, that when they say shit like that, they're talking to people who are already kind of fucking, racist and trying to, like, yeah, they took your job. And the reality of it is no, nobody took your job. Your company could do your job cheaper in another country and sent your shit away. We ain't take shit. We sent it on this merry fucking way. You wouldn't picking strawberries. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't working in the butcher or at the fucking slaughterhouse because you don't want to because it's a gross ass job.
How you like the taste of my money?
Oh my god, people.
The slaughterhouse one, I don't know about that, but
it is a job that most people would not go and do, and that is why, and that is the fact that is why that is a job that is almost always filled by immigrants to this country who are just like, you know what, I'm trying to work my way up in this world, and so they fucking and like I said, it's like and so like I said, all those many of those ICE raids at slaughterhouses was just that they went in there and they took people who.
Oh yeah, especially chicken. Like it was, the chicken processing plants. Like
so.
Yeah, I mean, chicken processing plants are just the strawberry fields of the meat industry.
Chicken is the meat of fruit.
It's wild out here, but we're gonna steer this ship into dry dock and call it a wreck, because that's how we gets down, people. I'd like to thank you for joining us on this this journey. It was indeed a delight. I got to hang with my men who I love so very much and miss greatly, and so I get to chitty chat with them and not be whatever. Junior,
do you miss us, or do you miss going to what's that shit we used to go to again? I don't even know no more. The place we used to get chicken fingers.
Some shit.
No, the chicken fingers. And the mashed potatoes with your cheddar in them.
Oh, Chop.
Yeah, Chop.
I drove downtown. I was downtown the other day. I had to go pick up something from the office, and that shit was like The Walking Dead. It was just, I was like, this is uncomfortable. I don't like anything about this at all. So, yeah, don't miss it as much as you think you would, and it's not in good shape right now. So.
Man, I had to do a roundtable discussion last week about like how we were all adjusting working from home, and like the people on there who are like, "Oh, I miss being in the office and talking to my neighbors, and I miss going for walks on lunch." But I'm like one, the people who saying that you miss talking to your neighbors are the people who are fucking around in the office all day, playing games and shit when the rest of us were fucking working. And two, who's stopping you from going walk around your neighborhood? Like,
exactly.
Go take a stroll around the block. Ain't no one keeping you prisoner.
Yeah.
Like, don't you put this idea into their head that like we're all so sad that we're not in the office together. Like, some of us are the happiest we've ever been. When it comes to that.
I mean,
I may be depressed in every other aspect of my life right now, but that ain't one of them.
The one thing I'm drawing any serotonin from is this shit.
It's the only glimmer of hope I have right now. Don't you take this from me.
Oh my God. But hey, thanks for listening. If you would like to do us a solid, please rate, review, subscribe to the show wherever possible, including now Amazon Music and Podcast Services. Because yeah, we're there too. But I mean, come on, we're everywhere. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, we there. Trust. I keep a watch over these matters. You know what I'm saying? Do us a favor. Go subscribe to either our YouTube and our Twitch channels. I might be on Twitch this weekend playing some Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I'm in the midst of. To say middle is just an outright lie. I'm in the midst of playing Mario 64 on the old Nintendo Switch. God, that game's good, and God, is that game frustrating after years of innovation in the world of 3D video games. it was a lot of shit Mario did right and made and got the party started on, and a lot of shit you like. I can't believe y'all thought this was sweet because it's not.
Is flying a pain in the ass?
Flying is indeed a pain in the ass after all these years. And I'm like, fuck, I know I need to fly for several stars in this game. And so that was upsetting, to say the least. I had to race that motherfucking penguin a good 15 times before I beat him.
Fuck that penguin. I hate that penguin.
I was always mad that, like, when you unlock the cannon in the sewer outside the castle and you go find Yoshi on the back of the castle, that the motherfucker just flies away and there's, like, nothing else to it. Like, It's like, what was the point of that?
Show you, we modeled a 3D Yoshi that you can't use because we don't know how to make him. We barely knew how to make Mario move, so how the fuck we look trying to make Yoshi run? But
man, I'll say though, I love that game.
It's so good,
like,
bro. I'm telling you.
I played the shit out of that game. Like, I had unlocked every star. I did everything in that game. Like, that's probably one of the few games where I've done literally every fucking thing there is to do.
Sons of bitches, they gonna get me, man. Because I'm already, like I said, I'm like right now. I'm like, ooh, I'm not at work tomorrow. Might get a few minutes in on that.
You don't work tomorrow?
Lil has a eye appointment at Xander's driving test tomorrow. I'll be over there by you tomorrow, man. So
I'm off till Tuesday.
Where you gonna be at by me? Well, I guess we can talk about this after we. Oh.
You know, there's a driving testing center.
Oh, we're both going to the DMV.
What time you gonna be there? I'll be there. His test at 1:30. But I actually have to sit in the car with him because they make him do the test in the parking lot now.
I literally have no idea. All I know is I got to get up tomorrow at some point, and I have to be at the hair appointment at 3.
It's all to the good there.
And you off tomorrow too, lunch?
Yeah, I'm off till Tuesday.
Oh shit!
That's why I said 4 days of birthday celebration where I'm going to be alone doing nothing.
And doing a lot of heroin.
Like, my plan right now is to just go to Giant Eagle, buy a giant cake, and just eat it by myself while I cry about being old.
Alright, but not an ice cream cake,
that is
right?
Cake.
That's not cake.
Don't go fucking no pies neither.
Like, maybe I'll go to Dairy Queen. I'll be like, I want an ice cream slab. Hold the ice cream. Just give me the chocolate crunch.
And the fudgy part, you know what I'm saying? Those two things together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The chocolate crunch with the fudgy stuff.
Do they? Yeah, I was just about to ask. Do they do a little
They
like a little version of that?
Call
Like
ice cream cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
Vanessa brought me one like a month or so back, and guess what? Not bad. Oh, guess what? I don't hate ice cream cake. I hate the motherfuckers trying to refer to that shit as cake. Disrespectful. To every good baker out there, work they salt.
Oh man, speaking of baker, I know we're trying to wrap this shit up, but I saw something today about the cake boss. His hand got all jacked up.
What happened to Buddy?
No.
It's funny because my buddy posted it in the group chat, and that was one of the times I used the God is good gif on.
Oh no! You cruel bastard!
Yeah, and it's like that was because it's funny because like I don't have any. Buddy Velastro faces uphill battle after his hand was impaled during a terrible bowling accident.
Oh no!
Yeah, and it's on people.com. The Cake Boss star will need prolonged recovery and therapy after the incident which affected his dominant hand.
Oh,
Buddy
man.
Velastro is on the road to recovery after a bowling accident at his family's New Jersey home on Sunday. On Wednesday, the Cake Boss star shared a photo of himself lying in a hospital bed after being involved in a terrible accident a few days ago. Representation for Velastro told people that the accident happened while the chef was spending quality time with his family at home, which is equipped with a bowling alley. There was a malfunction with the bowling pin setter, a common fix in the past, but it turned into a terrible accident. After trying to release the bowling pin from the cage mechanism, his right hand became lodged and compressed inside the unit. Unable to remove his hand, he could see a 1.5-inch metal rod slowly and repeatedly impale his hand 3 times between his ring finger and middle finger. After over 5 minutes elapsed, Velastro's sons, Buddy Jr. and Marco, had to use a reciprocating saw to cut through the metal rod and relieve his father from the machine. I think they meant their father. Velastro has since had 2 surgeries, the first at Morristown Memorial in New Jersey, and the second by Dr. Michelle Carlson, a renowned orthopedic surgeon at Hospital for Special Surgery in Manhattan. He is recovering at home after being released from the hospital. It will be an uphill battle as its buddy's dominant right hand, and he will need prolonged recovery and therapy.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That shit sounds like you hurt it real bad.
Velastro maintained a positive attitude when posting on social media about the incident. "What do you think of my new accessory?" he joked in the caption of a photo of him in an arm cast with an IV in his hand. Shortly after sharing the news, many of Velastro's celebrity chef friends sent him wishes of a speedy recovery in the comments. And then, they quote a couple of them. I'm not going to fucking read them. But yeah, the cake boss is down. Praise God. God is good. He makes no mistakes.
That's fucked up.
If you want to support the show financially and have a few bucks to toss our way,
the Lord works in mysterious ways.
You can join our Patreon, where members of the $5 and above tier get extra content each month and early access to new shows. We also have merch available over at tpublic.com/user/StageCrunchyMilk, all one word. And feel free to give us a call at 216-302-8763. That's 216-302-28-POD. We'd certainly love to hear from you. That's my man Tatum 216.
Maybe.
The delight of a human being. That's my man, the birthday boy. The Libra's finest. It's Libra, right? You're a Libra, right? That's what this is right now. We're in Libra season.
Y'all believe in that shit?
Fuck.
In that,
not at all.
He's a Libra.
It kind of annoys me, and when people like follow it so fucking religiously, and they talk about it incessantly.
So, yeah, but that's the thing. I feel like you and all Libras must be like that because nobody hot on Libra season. Y'all all must be like, fuck that bullshit. So, what does that say?
I mean, I wouldn't know. all I know is it's like when people are like, oh, I'm a Virgo, and they're a Pisces. Like the old Chris Rock skit, I'm just like, okay, you're a Taurus. Like, okay, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? So somebody says something about it in the group chat today, and I'm like, I fucking hate Virgos. And I don't even know what month the Virgos are. And I'm just like, they're fucking dishonest, lying, nightmarish people. I'm like, if only they were born in another month, this all could have been avoided.
Hey, man, I'm a Virgo. That hurts.
See, I didn't even know. Because I don't know when any of that shit is. All I know is I'm a Libra because everybody tells me.
That's my...
Is it a lion? Is it a fish? I don't even fucking know that either.
Libra is scales. You seek balance.
Oh, okay.
That's my man, the real ODP.
I had too much to drink.
Let me see. What is Gabriel's sign? Don't tell me what your sign is. I'm trying to think. What is... Your birthday's in October.
Be a Pisces.
Nah, his birthday's in October.
I don't know.
Is he a Sagittarius?
Nah. What is your sign? I know you know it.
It's Libra.
You're a Libra too?
Yep, I am.
How far?
Yeah, Libras go, I guess, from September 21st to October 14th or some bullshit like that. 15th, something. It overlaps. It's half to half or something.
Right on. Okay then. There you go. And is you a Cancer or are you a Gemini? You're a Gemini.
I'm a Gemini, but I don't believe in that shit.
It's not that I believe in it, but I'm aware of it clearly. So
I didn't know that Brie Larson was a child star.
Yeah, that's been her YouTube channel has been interesting just in regards to some of that information that she shared. I've kind of been, it's been kind of fun to see that. Y'all watch my man. Aunt sent it to us, so I know he's aware. But Lil Yachty doing the Pocky One Chip Challenge.
Oh yeah, I watched that shit yesterday. I saw it on YouTube.
Lil Yachty.
I was interested about the chips. I watched the hot sauce lineup today, and apparently they have a new hotter Last Dab.
I hadn't watched that yet, so I will do that after we get done here. That'll be fun. So that's how.
Yeah, it's a quick watch too. It's only 8 minute video.
Little season, whatever. How long we got this season? 2 weeks before they roll out?
No, I think it's next week.
Well, I guess
next week or the week. It's either next week or two.
The work from home situation is how we get down. If you gave a fuck, and maybe you do, I am the.
I give a fuck.
713. You've just been podcast to do, and I am certain you love it.
Take some of my advice.
Peace.
Praise God.
Hey, what happened to you? You